Sir to deliver his talk to us, I would like to introduce Sir to our participants. So Dr. Anurag is a doctorate in agronomy and crop science from Dr. Anurag is a doctorate in agronomy and crop science from the graduate from Govind Vallabh Pant Krishi Evam Pradyogik Vishwavidyalaya. Sir is presently a principal scientist and in charge forage production section ICR of National Dairy Research Institute, Karnal. Sir started his professional career as a ARS scientist at Central Arid Zone Research Institute, Jodhpur, carried out a research in the field of arid agriculture on different aspects like water conservation, pressurized irrigation systems, and cropping systems. After that, he joined the regional station Leh Ladakh and carried out intensive research on climate change, crop plan, and developmental work in the cold desert. So presently now, sir is working as a principal scientist and in charge of forage production section at NDRI Karnal. So sir has been a science researcher with more than 30 years of experience working in the agricultural research, applications of artificial intelligence in agriculture and food value chain. Sir is skilled in the project development, scientific writing, data analysis, and training for the farmers. So sir has an experience in conducting field trial, coordinating field teams, and developing projects for national and international organizations. So today we are more than happy to have you here, sir. It is a matter of great privilege that I'm inviting you to the podium, and now I welcome you, sir, to the podium to inspire our participants with your talk. So I welcome you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Kriti. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Now I am sharing my screen.
Yes, sir, please, sir.
Yeah, right now we are much more talking about the artificial intelligence in different sectors. But today I will talk about the AI applications in agriculture. How best we can use the AI in agriculture for getting the higher yields or without deteriorating our crop fields, environment, etc. That's all. Next is the first we have seen a background. We are having the rising population and limiting the food security throughout the world. And moreover, we are withdrawing more freshwaters. Normally, we are exporting our freshwaters in terms of agriculture produce. What we are getting the foreign exchange, that we are getting for our freshwaters. Normally, the agriculture provides 58% livelihood to the rural households. And potential food security challenges that is coming in big way due to climate change and different other parameters which are hampering the agriculture production. And moreover, the farmers are facing several challenges in field operations, input management, from availability to utilization of inputs, right from sowing to the harvest. So this is some pictorial diagram what farmers need. They need income enhancement. They need improved living standards. They want to exposure for the new technologies, finance access, policy formation, they should know, and social security in the last. What the farms requires, the sustainable soil and water management practices, soil health, productive management, ecology of soil and biodiversity maintenance, reducing the soil erosion and quality of water, its availability. Then farming comes. The resilient farming, water sustainable practices or smart farming practices, climate change resilience to the crop production and risk mitigation. Then quality input and production technologies, its effective cost effectiveness and profitability is the last motto of the farm. And for the business-oriented persons, the market-led production system will require efficient supply chain, modern infrastructure for the marketing, reducing the post-harvest losses, value addition for getting the higher prices in the market, besides the perishability of the agricultural produce can be minimized, and technology-based models, we have to participate in the global market. See, once the best example of the participation in global market in Israel, that, in normally they grow rose flowers and they cut it 2 days before 14th February, that is Valentine Day. The whole produce exported to the Europe, the whole produce is sold in the market, and they get the higher prices during that time. That way they are earning. They have so much synchronized their harvesting schedule and the sowing schedule. This much precision we want to have in our agriculture so that our Indian farmers may get higher prices in the market. They can earn a good livelihood from this. Now see today's scenario. We are having electrical and mechanical machines that is more hardware oriented. Normally we are going for manual or on-site control, and the dumb machines are there. And they are user and environment demanding. Means we are giving more threat to the environment with these machines or the technologies nowadays available. And lastly, we can say unpredictable quality and the quantity of the produce, what we are harvesting from these technologies. But in future, these technologies has a shift. It will be based on information, software oriented, remotely controlled, and networked. Smart machines are available nowadays, and in future they will be available more. And these technologies are more user and environment friendly, and it can predict the yields and its quality and quantity both. See, these AI, it can address through self-learning, means machine learning, and without biasness, it can predict or it can help us in taking the decisions without human intervention. Normally, the humans are more biased towards lazy and the bias. They cannot take the decision right away. Therefore, the machines, whatever software we are providing or whatever the input we are giving, they analyze it and give the decision. Simply then, the second is the enhanced quality produced through these decisions. And we can go for quickly to the market to get the price of fresh produce. That is given through AI-powered solutions. Then machine intelligence. It can bridge our human interface and the market interface or the farmers to have an enhanced quality produce with minimum words. And lastly, it is providing timely door solutions to the far distant farmers. Simply now you are seeing several apps, mobile apps, Android, iOS apps are available. They are predicting the quality, even the advices to the farmers. They are far distant placed. Those farmers cannot come to the research stations to have the advice. In that way, this technology will give a good boost to them, and they will have better results. So what is AI? It is simply the replica of human intelligence through machines or some algorithms what we have developed for the machines, and they will act and without biasness. And these are all the decisions are based on the logical reasonings. Then the non-biological ability. Humans, they are biological, but the machines are non-biological. and it can simulate the human intelligence process through machines and computer systems. This AI applications has been seen nowadays in plenty in banking systems, healthcare systems, space research, educations, smartphones, intelligent transport system, cameras, smartwatches, healthcare devices, expert system, and so on. Recently, or some 10 years or 8 years back, one movie was there. Maybe some Katappa, this robot that I have intentionally put here. This robot is become so much friendly with the human. And lastly, it says that I am only a machine. Whatever I do, it is programmed. I am not able to think like humans. This is the situation. And AI is, it should think humanly and act like human. By introspections, general problem solvers, and cognitive sciences. This we are giving to them to act like this. And the machines are supposed to do think rationally through logic and problems. And it should act rationally, perceive and act. These are all perception and logics, they have been provided through algorithms. Means we have to go for different type of codings. If we are able to give a good perception to machine, that will do wonders. Otherwise, it may not like that. Then even like this, there are mathematical problems like puzzles, games, theorems, they can solve very easily. Common sense reasonings, parking space. Nowadays, you are seeing a lot of cars that is equipped with the parking sense or driverless cars. The Google has developed a driverless car and it is performing perfectly well. And the expert knowledge is lawyers, medicines, and diagnosis. Nowadays in USA, most of the legal advice that is available through AI. Means this AI is taking the jobs of lawyers, doctors, even in the, what you say is the labs, diagnosis labs, social behavior and everything. This is social behavior we have to see. The machine should act like our behavior, what we are doing like, then machine should be doing like this only. And rationals, how to achieve goals, and should have performance measures. The one textbook that advocates it is acting rationally, that about the AI. The different agents, what are involved in the AI system. But the agent is that is viewed like cameras, sensors, and these are acting upon the environment through the actuators. Like we humans, we are seeing through eyes, listening from ears, other organs as sensors, hand, legs, mouth, other body parts. But for robots, these are cameras, infrared finders, sensors, various motors for actuators. Agent functions, it is, they are mapping and perception histories to action. They are making like, first they perceive and they made to the actions. Then the program comes, the algorithm. This runs the machine on a physical architecture to produce the output. And agent is the combination of both architecture and the program. But for the AI, like our agriculture system, we are not supposed to have the software knowledge. It is a combination of agriculture knowledge, scientist or farmer with the software developer. Whatever knowledge we are having, it should be, it is passed on to the software developer. And according to that, they develop the algorithm, and accordingly the robot or the machine acts like. Different agent types are available: medical diagnosis, satellite imaging systems, part picking robots, interactive English tutors, cooking agents, taxi drivers. Normally, when we see different type of images that are analyzed and these are some intelligent agents of the system. They are able to interact with the real world. They perceive and understand, like speech recognition. Normally, nowadays, most of the computers or the laptops, they recognize your speech and typing. Like Google, you simply say some words, it acts like this. Or simply, and what we see, this images, the similar images it can found in the Facebook and the different softwares. This is different type of applications. Then knowledge, representation, reasoning, planning, it is all there. Learning and adaptation. What we are like humans, we are always try to learn and adapt it. Internal models are always updated. Similarly, lot of updates are available for the softwares also. And baby learning to recognize the animal. Simple example. They can analyze it is a cat or a rabbit or a something else. Instead of this, simply one deep blue computer. It defeated the champion Garry Kasparov in 1997. This was the first example of human defeat by a computer. In 91 Gulf War, different AI logistic plannings and programs have been involved. More than 50,000 vehicles, cargoes, and people. NASA's autonomous planning program. And recently, our Chandrayaan-3, the Vikram lander, that is also worked through AI. The difference between the AI and the robots, the AI is programmed to think, whereas robot is programmed to do or perform an operation. AI, we can give the social interaction in AI, whereas in robots, very low level of interaction is there. AI, we can give the learned programs here, but robot, whatever smart program we are giving, it will act like on that program. Simple, now it is internet-based of things. Different data on weather, soil, that person is generated daily through different automatic weather stations, scientists, different parties, they are taking different data. This data has to be sensed to machine, and this data will give the strong insights to the human through cognitive IoT solutions. And likewise, soil testing, proximity sensing through sensor in the contact with soil or from the close range. Whereas in remote sensing, airborne sensors or satellite systems, we are taking the data for cognitive IoT solutions. These techniques, when these are cognitive and the merged or integrated, that will give the solution how best we can go for the fertilizer doses besides simply maximizing the output. Based on different soil conditions, pest conditions, plant is stressed or not, these all can be addressed through AI-enabled solutions. Where can be used this soil moisture monitoring, temperature, irrigation with automatic sensors, site-based decision on irrigation, soil moisture based or plant based, drone based surveys, and readiness index of crop. It is ready to harvest or it will take some time. And which harvesting technique we have to follow. How it can be used, like edge nodes, different devices are available, nodes, sensors in farmland, fields, orchards. They regularly collect data and send over connectivity technology through connectivity technology, through Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or RF radio waves like that. Then different gateways, physical hardware are required or and software, mobile. These hardware allow the data to transfer from sensor device to the control of the platform. Then comes the role of applications, mobile applications. These are user friendly, and end user will use these apps for these type of data or getting the solutions or the advice from the machine, unbiased advices to the machine to the farmer. Different soil report sensor node put in the soil, it gives the different data about the soil condition, nutrient analyze nutrient content, not chemically, but whatever data we have provided to them, that is used in the science. Then in precision agriculture, it is the need of the hour. So normally we are giving heavy doses of fertilizer, pesticides in controlling pests and getting high yields, resulting into deteriorating our soil conditions. That is why the government is giving some certificate courses to the vendors, pesticide vendors or fertilizer vendors, that they advise the farmers in a way that not more fertilizer has been applied in the soil. These are some areas I have listed here: the feed management of the animals, arable farming or small farming, livestock monitoring, indoor farming, fish farming, forestry, and tourism. These, if we are able to monitor these things, then we can preserve our environment, soil, and agricultural resources for our future generations. Otherwise, every time we are the loser. Then benefits, it saves water because it is the precious input in the agriculture. Only 2 or 3% fresh water is available in our land that can be utilized for agriculture and different purposes. We need to reduce the doses of fertilizer, pesticides, and energy. Lower environmental impact of farming, like methane or GHG gases, what the agriculture is emitting in the environment, that is giving rise to the global warming in the country or the world. This one agreement app, it is available. It advises the farmer to how much and when to irrigate. It's based on the condition of the soil and the moisture available in the soil, like field capacity to PWP or ASW, available soil moisture in the field. These information communication technologies, the best example used in warehouses nowadays. Or it is very good in updating the daily price in the market. It is giving the price update in the market. What is the price is prevailing in the market to the farmers? When to go to market and when not to go. And through this, farmers can fix their prices over the production, and consumers are protected by overcharging. This means whenever farmer goes to the local market along with their produce, they left no choice except to sell it. Otherwise, another cost of transportation from local market to house home. Because this time farmer has to bear both type of cost from going to market and coming back to market. That way, when the price is suitable to the farmers, then only they will. And they can look the market opportunity sometimes, which commodity in the market is limiting. That time he can go and sell it with a higher prices. Then the Skype method of communication with the farmers, modern method, automation and technologies, the new crops, new avenues of foliage or protected cultivations. These temperatures of weather data, these all are very important for the crop growth. AWS, the automatic weatherization, and its network. It always gives continuous data, and some variation appears when these all parameters are given online. And these data can be used for irrigation purpose, sowing of the crop, harvesting of the crop, different field operations based on these parameters. The early warning system of the pests and real-time monitoring images. This is AWS, the control panel. This is environment with different sensors. How to go for the predictive system? Once several images are available for disease detection or the stress detection, different how the crop is performing, crop health, and it providing its solution. Then image, whatever image is available with us, it is cleaned, and we have to accept the feature. For which feature we are going to have a software. Means the disease part of the leaf or the stem. That is photographed and that feature is accepted. And that is mapped for the knowledge gain to the machine. In machine learning, that is the most difficult part of machine learning. And lately the trained model. Once the model is trained, then we can simply say, this is the disease. Simply clicking one image of the crop, it will tell us this is the disease, this is the control measure, and this is the time of application. Simple, these are up to this, the work of software developer and the scientists or the technical persons who can tell the software that this is the disease, this is the control. These images can be taken from the remote sensing, drones, or simple any smartphone camera or camera. These images, once it is fed on the app, it will display your solution. And these are some systems which can be done through apps or the AIs. Crop readiness, ripening stage of crop. This is important in case of fruits, the perishable foods. When to harvest. Once it is over-ripened, then it is the perishability is very less. So sometimes some unripe fruits, if we are putting that in a market, that can sustain up to 3 to 4 days. These 4 days are sufficient to sell in the market for consumers. They consume it accordingly. Then disease detection. Then fuzzy logic models are available, ANN, NPS, SVM, for forecasting disease incidents. Based on the wetness of the leaves. Sensors are based on the leaves. They detect the moisture content of the leaf or leaf is wet, and then they detect the and forecast the disease incidents. And fasal, the best example which is implemented in Chhattisgarh and Andhra Pradesh, Through this, we are saving up to 50% of water. Then we can optimize agronomic inputs and decrease the pesticide use through these things. This is an example of fasal. The sensor senses the critical farm parameters around the year and uploaded to the fasal cloud program. That program analyzes it for the crop health anytime and predicts the growth condition, resource requirement, irrigation, spray and drone data, and ultimately it acts. So farmers are getting notification through apps and they are working accordingly. Then the agriculture robots. These are still costlier, but they are working very well in the field. They are taking weeds from the fields because the labor is very expensive nowadays, and not expensive, but the availability of labor. It is more problematic nowadays. Because nobody wants to work in the fields. Then smart see and spray model. This robot, this identifies the weed and suggests spray and do the sprays in the field. Likewise, for harvesting robots and energetic citrus picking systems, it is designed for picking the citrus fruits. Then another thing, the chatbots, different chatbots are available for farmers. They can chat, they can raise their queries, and the answer is given through this system. And again, the driverless tractors. Some of the operations, like what you call is the harrowing or the plowing. Lot of dust is flowing in the environment. Most of the farmers are getting affected with the cirrhosis due to these dust particles. They are deposited in lungs and creates problems. Through this and some different operations which are very dangerous to the human life, that can be done through the driverless technologies or driverless operation in the machines. Then UAVs like drones, the animal tracking, aerial seeding, spraying of pesticides, nutrients. These drones, most of the multi-storied building nowadays, they are used for the spraying of or fogging of the pesticides in a social system. But mostly we are not able to go for high heights than drones. Nowadays, the drones are also used for the supplies of different food articles. Not in India, but in foreign countries. Again, the supply chain. In supply chain management, optimizing resources, forecasting demand and logistics. But the prior data is required every time. What we are feeding to the machine, it will give the decision accordingly. Means what we have to plan, that the data should be well-planned data have to be collected and fed to the machine. Then only we can have better use of these operations. Then the smartphone apps simply collect data in reports and information. It also predicts weather and detect disorders simply based on the clicking an image. This is one schematic diagram which can be used for AI. Simply spatio-temporal fusion of data, then pre-processing of data, and then evaluation metrics. These are maintained, then it can be done through remote sensing, soil data, weather data, climate scenarios can be predicted, then quality assessment and validation through UAV-based multispectral images, LiDAR images, agronomic field operations, and laboratory results. These can be assessed and validated. Then weather information, satellite images, crop phenology, being up date and to season, mid season, and hydrology, irrigation, such as wells, different type of data, or rather we can say all data has to be given to the machine. Biotic, abiotic stress detection, field estimation. These different models, but it is difficult to operate. But in future, these models also be integrated with these AI systems. Simple example. The crop should tell how much to read. Simply here it is timer and relay. The wireless transmitter is there. These are the sensors put in the field. These sensors give message to the transmitter and this gives the receiver. Whatever message is received from sensors automatically relay on or off and pump starts and flow. That way we can have the save the water based on the condition of soil in the crop. So this is one more example. Sensors are put here. It sends signal to the controller, to the mobile phone, to farmer or anybody remotely. It can open or automatically the valve can be opened through like this. From ons and water is lifted through the solenoid valve and into the. This is a simple example of AI application in irrigation system. It is a flow chart. If anybody interested, I can explain. This is sensor levels. Once it sends, it goes to a microcontroller. Moisture level is sufficient or not. If yes, then active relay switch. No, then it will go valve closed. That is simple flow chart. Based on this, the AI system on the irrigation works. Then comes the precision farming. Nowadays, it is time to manage each plant or each site specifically. Because every field is not up to the or at the same condition. There some field require more fertilizer, some require less pesticides, likewise seeds. Then we can go for optimal sowing time with these AI models, early forecasting, potential of pest attacks. These are different machines, drones, chatbots, driverless tractors, automated irrigation, and crop. These all are the components of precision irrigation. The objective is the precise operation to optimize output, reduce waste, increase profit, maintain environment. Why it is needed? Because 85% of our land is affected by the water of the winter in India. That way, we are depleting our water resources, and it is also social need and our productivity. Environmental pollution should be stopped. And precision agriculture is essential for poverty alleviation and enhance the quality of life. So this is a situation in 1900. One farmer was producing grains to feed the 8 people. But in 2025, one farmer is feeding more than 1,000 people. His production is more as compared to the 1900. And in India, 2/3 of the arable land is rainfed. This area is much have potential to give higher productivity. We have to concentrate on this rainfed area. Simple architecture of example 10 to 15 acre of land, one base station with a farmhouse, farmer sitting in the farmhouse. He is controlling all the systems from here remotely. Then variability in the field, it is temporal and spatial. Temporal means as time changes, the variability increases or decreases. Spatial means location changes. As the location is changed, the variability increases. The variability means soil fertility, moisture, texture, topography, and pest. These variabilities fast changes in the nitrate level, moisture content, and the pest population. Whereas slow changes are topography, texture, and pH. Now the machines are available with the variable rate. VRT technology senses according to the GIS map and apply the input accordingly. This we can have like here. This is application map. These maps are made through rigorous soil testing values. Once these maps are prepared, it is fed to the machine, and accordingly machine gives to the input in the field. That way we can have different type of applications. Here we require variable rate technologies. Like it is equipped with GPS, VRT is remote sensing, displaying of certain area like right. How to take the soil samples? Grid has to be made. From each grid, we have to take the data and analyze it. Later, these samples were analyzed and this map is made. See, this is one example of soil test potassium in ppm. The dark blue is 166 ppm available in the soil. Here it is less, here it is more or less. When we fed this map to the machine, it will apply here less, more, much more. This is variable. Because in this case, we can save a lot of fertilizer. If we apply the uniform fertilizer to the whole field, and through this technology, we can save a lot of fertilizer. This is one flow. On-field surveillance or field robots sensors are there. Geometry, radiation measurements we are doing. Then it will recommend, and decision support system will tell about the for pruning. We have to go sharing of thinning for the soil and water, and all these go for the efficient farming, the higher rates, better quality, more results. Another flow is cloud-based. Nowadays, most of the computing is done on the cloud. The smart sensing, then smart analysis, then smart control. This is simple diagram. Then what are the challenges? We are lacking in the technical expertise. Our Indian conditions or Indian farmers are having very small land holdings. But otherwise, these technologies are good for the large holdings. Presently, technology cost is very high, but in future it will go down, and internet access is always a problem. And ultimately, these are the strategies what we can do. In if the land holding is small, we can go for larger cooperatives. Cheaper applications, cheaper applications are available, we can go for it. Multidisciplinary team of scientists we can create. We can do on a pilot basis, and government legislations required for this. Laser machines, like different things are available. Then once we go for the harvesting, post-harvest management, this is also an important part in this. How much moisture content in the grain has to be there in the for safe storage. These can be these machines can be programmed very well through the sensors. And again, decision support system for agriculture. Different web-based or app-based, these decision support systems are available and that can be utilized for the pest management, nutrient management, farm economy, livestock, and crop management. And these some are the SWAT, aquacrops, infocrops, crop wet, PSET, hydrus, Mike Shield. These are some available software, but these have to be operated by technical persons. It is not for simple laymen. These has to be some simpler, user-friendly. The work is going on, making it simpler. And they also require a lot of data. Huge data they take as input, then they give the output. Then these are some startups which are available in agriculture, the Blue River Technologies. They make robots. Then they are controlling the weeds or spraying the herbicide in the cotton plant. Two robots, they are doing harvesting of the crop, wheat, machine vision, soil defect diagnosis. This Plantix. Most of you might have seen the advertisement of the Plantix. Simply it says you click a picture, it will tell you what is that plant, what is the family of the plant, where it will be found. Likewise, these all are based on the claims. What are the challenges nowadays? High-tech machines and climate is always changing, and every time we have to update the software according to the changing climate. Soil deterioration is always there due to improper use of chemical fertilizers, optimal use of water and other resources. And sometimes farming is exposed to uncertain weather conditions. This time flood is there, other times it is drought. At the same time, this is always data. We have to take care of all this data. And economic products, seeds, fertilizers, they are used nowadays for precision. Then drone technology, normally it is used nowadays for spraying of pesticides or fertilizer, nano fertilizers or the pesticides. And some hazardous chemicals can be spread through this. But these also have some limitations because a lot of drift is there in the field. And that drift is not able, if drift is controlled or managed, then the spraying is very good through this. Uniform application of pesticides and through this. These are some benefits of drones. Mapping can be done, surveying, soil and field analysis with the help of sensors, crop and field monitoring, weed identification, spraying, irrigation scheduling, health, geofencing, crop insurance, livestock. Then in precision livestock farming. Best example is in this tracking the animal. Once the sensor is placed in on the ear of the animal, it can be traced or tracked where it is roaming or where it is grazing, eating behavior and water intake through different technologies. Radio frequency identification devices are there. So when we combine all these technology, the AI system analyzes it and gives the solutions. This AI can predict the disease early. It is very much desirable character for the dairy or some animal rearing because earlier diagnosis of the disease that can give the proper intervention and treatment. This improves the animal health, minimize the process too. Otherwise, traditional method, once the animals getting sick, we go to the veterinary doctor. it is based, his diagnosis is based on the manual observations, which sometimes time consuming and subjective. These solutions are doorstep and early. Early detection of disease always give an edge over different other methods. This My Animal, it is one website is there, and it is predictive health data sets in the cow muscles. It detects the cow muscles and predict 2 to 3 days early the symptoms. And that animals can be taken away from the herd and cured accordingly. Then another is U-motion. Sometimes these softwares are available nowadays, and we have to apply in a proper way. Likewise, in enhancing AI, artificial insemination system, in success rate, this AI success is much more higher when it is done 8 to 12 hours after the onset of SS. Means when the animal is in heat, after 8 to 12 hours, we can go for AI. That time, AI is more successful as compared to later stage. Then Bovinos, it is a company that is developing electron nose and detecting the estrus in the dairy cows. But nowadays, in a conventional way, we are taking when the जानवर की पूंछ उठ खड़ी हो गई तो हीट में आ गया, ये हमारा लॉजिक रहता है normally. But we can go for with this machines also. These machines require sensors, data acquisition systems, algorithms, processing infrastructure, and then user interface and visualization. These things can be done, and algorithm can be developed for behavior detection, disease diagnosis, and its prediction. A simple diagram. Then facial expression data, localization data, activity data, lying resting steps. Whatever I told you earlier, it is the summary picture of this animal component of AI. The farm animal data, duplication, deionizing, cleaning, transformation, representation, use and processing analysis, and analytics. After computing, we can go for this. Animal welfare indicators, determinants, greenhouse gas emissions, positive or negative deviations there or not. And ultimately, we are having good farmer, good animal health. Like another diagram, like UAV sensing, crop health monitoring, AWS real-time analysis, data mining, IoT sensors, database. These all have parameters have to integrate it, and through this we can give advisories to the farmer. So it is main client of products. Now it is the time to controversies. So it's this fly robot falling, or genetically modifying a mosquito to suck fat for the obesity in the persons. So simply this nowadays housefly, this honeybees or butterflies, which were the natural pollinators in the crop, they are now vanished. For that purpose, we require some pollinator help. Then a small fly robo has been made and available in market. It sits on a flower, takes the pollen, and fertilizes the sting. Then and see, this is the cartoon in 1959. Computer, the lady is going for a computer date and coming out with the robot. That was the vision in USA during 1950s or 60s, late 50s or 60s. Another controversy is is a myth that potential job takeover. It is growing laziness in the human, growing cost, priority argument, and robotic relations with us. In future, AI is going to be everywhere. Important to know about it, understand it. We may be interacting with it on a day or day-to-day basis. See, when we interact or we are used to with the machines or remotes or your TV or different gadgets, we are always become lazy. And potential job taker is simple. We can say that jobs will be created in different sectors. The hardware sector, which are making the robots or the machines, and software developers' jobs are more, will be more in future to develop these type of things. Simply, we can say that nowadays medical surgery, robotic surgery is, and robots are doing surgery of humans nowadays. With the help of one mouse, doctor is moving the mouth and robot is doing the surgery. But in the end, this AI is no match for our stupidity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for enlightening us with such a wonderful topic of AI. So we are very thankful that you joined on this podium of Just Agriculture, and on the behalf of our team and our participants, I convey my big thanks to you. So, sir, if I request all the participants, if they have any question, they can ask. Sir, already there is one question in the chat box. So, shall I read it out, sir? So, sir, the question from Sailu, she's asking, sir, drone application in agriculture will be said as AI or robots, sir?
Spraying of chemicals. What was the question?
So she's asking, a drone application in the agriculture will be said as AI or robots, sir?
Both.
Both. Okay, sir.
But because when we want to fly the drone on a field, we have to map it through AI solutions. Means where we want to spray the chemicals or fertilizer, we have to program it. That way, sometimes it is hovering at a place, and other time it is moving away in the field without spraying it. This is the precision agriculture part. We have to make a map where we have to spray, where we have not. That way, this type of both integration of AI and as well as the robots.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for answering. So, dear participants, any other question if you have, please put in the chat box, or you can directly ask sir also. Sir will wait for a few seconds if anybody is having any other questions.
किसी की समझ में नहीं आया, सब कुछ समझ गए.
So, sir, another question in the chat box is, like, sir, is there any way to make like this technology, drone technology, or maybe AI or these kind of things more, affordable to middle income farmer? So
yeah, work is going on. Once the production of these gadgets is more, then the technology automatically become cheaper. Because now when we go for a prototype, it is always costly. And the large scale production makes it cheaper. In future, say about 2 or 3 years from now, it will be affordable to all.
Thank you so much, sir. So, dear participants, any other question? Sir, there is a question from Gopi Krishna. So she's asking for drones where the amount of pesticide uses is yet standardized for effective dose.
This is the part of scientists or technical persons. Once they have standardized all the doses of the pesticides for different disease or stress level of the plant, that can be programmed. Means you have to take the data from the research station, which disease is there, how much intensity is there, and the threshold level of the disease. That way we can go for the applying the pesticide. Otherwise, for fertilizer, it is the sunrise. Simple 1 bottle of nano urea that can be spread per acre. The sunrise one. The drone sprays in a 8-minute 1 acre.
Thank you so much, sir. I hope she's satisfied with the answer. So, are there any other questions, dear participants? Sir, I guess there are no more questions for asking. So, thank you so much for joining with us, sir. Thank you so much for enlightening us with such an important topic of discussion, that is AI. So, on the behalf of our team and our participants, I convey thanks to you, and we will be asking you for another. We will be asking you in another project, or somewhere where you can enlighten us with the other topic. So, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, dear participants, our next guest will be joining in a few minutes. So, till then, we will keep patience. Dear participants, our next guest for the session will be joining. He's facing some network problem by his side, so he will be joining very soon. So till then, it is my humble request to stay in the meeting.
Hello. Hello.
Good evening, sir. Hello. Can you hear me, sir? Good evening, sir. Am I audible to you, sir?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir. Shall we start, sir?
Just 1 minute.
Okay, sir.
I'm going to share in the slide.
Okay, sir. Meanwhile,
Ah,
I will give a brief
no,
introduction,
host,
sir.
just listen. Host disabled participants screen sharing. So please allow me to screen share.
Okay, sir.
Hello.
It has been allowed, sir. It has
Oh.
been given access, sir.
Alright. Click करो ना income and employment पे ना. थोड़ा सा पहले इसे एक बार दौड़ा के दिखा दीजिए. सब चलिए. Yes, start.
Okay, sir. So I will just give a brief introduction to our participants about you, sir. Then you can start, sir.
Okay.
So dear participants, without any delay, moving towards the next session of the day. So we have with us today Dr. Dayaram. So sir is a professor of plant pathology and project director in ACMR RPCAU Pusa. Sir is an MSc in mycology and plant pathology from BHU Varanasi, and also PhD in mycology and plant pathology from BHU Varanasi. So sir joined as an assistant professor plant pathology in 1991. Then he was promoted as an associate professor, then project director, and now sir is a professor of plant pathology and also as a project director in the ACMR. Talking about Sir's awards and honors, Sir has been awarded with Swami Sahajanand Saraswati Best Extension Scientist Award in the year 2012. That is ICR Award for Outstanding Extension Award 2013 and Distinguished Scientist of the Year 2022. Sir's research area included fungal taxonomy with specialization in mushroom domestication, production, protection, and management of mushroom dissemination technology. Sir's significant contribution to the plant pathology, just to name a few, these are, Sir has published more than 75 research papers in the high impact journals, 5 book chapters, 10 research-based articles, 10 extension bulletins on mushroom, 2 practical manuals, and 110 popular articles. He is also credited with 4 patents, one mushroom variety. So far, he has guided 5 MSc and 1 PhD student as a chairperson and 15 students as co-chairperson and also a member of them. Sir has run 6 externally funded projects of ICR, Macromade, AICRP on mushroom, RKVY, and Government of Bihar. Sir, your remarkable personality is well reflecting from your achievements. We are eager to listen to you. So it is my humble request you, sir, to join the podium and address our participants. So over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. First of all, I'm very sorry that last year I could not attend due to some busy, and today also I came here late. So again, I very sorry to my dear participants. In fact, I have started my career on the mushroom production technology, though it was very new during 1990, you can say in the 90s, but slowly we started it, and now it is one of the major crop as well as major component of income and employment generation. Now you see, I think this is what we have undertaken. What are the challenges? If you see, for the as agricultural scientist, I have identified the following challenges. Unemployment. Everybody is talking, everybody is working on the unemployment. And it is self-explanatory. Another one is a shrinking cultivated land, means land division. Due to urbanization, land area is decreasing, means agriculture as a whole will be affected. Climate change, it is another problem, and it is old. Crop residue burning, this is very new inclusion of the problem. Migration, everybody have learned a lot about migration during the COVID period. Removal of rural poverty, malnutrition and water shortage. All these are the certain points which I have undertaken in my life. If you see every day, you can say the population is increasing and resource is decreasing. So we can't stop the, you can say, increasing rate of the population, because as a scientist, how can we cope up with the decreasing resources? So all these points are self-explanatory. And now, what is our strength? You see our strength. What is our strength? If you see in the plane, temperature range is in between 38 and 10. Huge amount of crop residue, because we are leader in feed production as well as rice production, or in many crops. So a huge quantity of crop residue is increasing, or you can producing. Now, higher density of population, though everybody facing the problem, but I have taken it as opportunity. Now, how can we deliberate the challenges? Number one, kheti bina khet ke means vertical farming. Short duration crops under different temperature regime. These are the challenge deliberation, and we will discuss all things. You see, we have attempted the undertaking the crops or the farming system as vertical farming, because we have enough space for vertical crop farming. And kheti bina khet means without land, how can we produce the crops? Short duration crop means this is also important. Every farmer should think about the short duration, means the crops. How can reduce their maturity time? Crops under different temperatures. All these points are again self-explanatory. Everybody is understood. Crops means we should think earlier. We can rice, wheat means any crop, fruit. They are seasonal, and their production is limited because they take a time. If you see the wheat, if you grow wheat 120 days means one season you can grow one in the year. Rice twice, two times or three times in the, but not more than that. But which crop you can grow, number of crops. Now you see short duration crop under different regime. Now mushroom, we have undertaken the mushroom. Why? If you see the challenges, so the opportunity, all these problems can be solved by the mushroom. Why? You see here, means it can reduce the malnutrition. It can, that is a short duration crop, low cost technology, no need of technical, raw material is agro based, like this. All things is included in the mushroom. Now, you see mushroom, how many types of mushroom which can be commercially grown. You see oyster mushroom, very easy, very simple. This requires 20 to 30 degree temperature, and yield potential is very high. Agro waste is all rice, wheat, any extra you can use, And within 30 days, one crop you can grow, you can cultivate. So another one is a button mushroom. It requires 15 to 20 degrees Celsius. It needs two type of temperature. And I always advocate seasonal cultivation because a small farmer can success that is a low cost technology. Button mushroom has two types of the, you can say, system. One is seasonal, another one is a control condition. So in Bihar, if you see the example in Bihar, uh, though 180 control units are there, and now in the production, Bihar is number one. But we always prefer the seasonal with cultivation because a small farmer in 2000 square feet hut, oyster, button, matlab all types of mushroom can yield more than 100 ton in, you can say 100 quintals. So if you see, so in we 1 quintal mushroom you can sold in 10,000 to 15,000 maximum. So how much money you can calculate? Now, third one is a milky mushroom, and I will show you milky mushroom. We are growing a number of variety. That is a milky mushroom means white, but this one is a caloside or macroside. Another one is a milky mushroom. It is very much popular in the Odisha and the other. It is also very remunerative, and crops you can harvest within 20 days. And climatic condition required high humidity, high temperature. During rainy season, you can cultivate, though around the year in the Odisha, they are producing two mushroom. Number one, hericium, another one is a shiitake. These two mushrooms are medicinal. We have introduced them, and uh, these are very much useful in the many types of diseases. And I think we will discuss this later on. Now you see this is a small example of the three, how much we can uh, earn yearly. Here is a simple person can be earn 30 to 35,000 per month by these growing these. This is in fact Bihar at a glance. Now, if you see National Horticulture Board 2021 and 22, we are the first. Why? Because we have promoted the seasonal grower, and government of Bihar now supporting since production to the consumption. The number of programs are up to 50% subsidy and liberalization of banks. So production is very high. You can see everywhere mushroom is cultivated. Every district out of 38 districts, maximum every districts are growing. Now this is the, you can say, uh, during COVID period or before COVID period, that you can say the contribution of different mushroom. You see Padista, Shiitake, Milky, Oyster, Button. Area of button mushroom was more, and that cover 73% during, you can say, before COVID, but after COVID, it is drastically reduced now 56%, and other oyster mushroom and other mushroom increase their area, increase number of people are growing because keeping quality of the other mushroom is excellent. Now, this is the old thing. Everybody have this seen. If anyone have discussed, they have already given the details of this nutritional point. Now you see what is new. What is new? In fact, earlier slides and earlier before this slide, in fact, we are growing the mushroom, we are selling them and earning the money. But this is the entrepreneurship, because you remember the title of the program, that is a income and employment generation. You see, all these are the chapters. Suppose mushroom production technology includes spawn production, compost production, round the year mushroom cultivation, processing and packaging, product development, spend management, and market. These 7 components in the Bihar we have established, and a part of that in other states also we have introduced this module, because Bihar government, if you take the example, Bihar government has accepted as it a crop, and anyone if you start the mushroom spawn production, so a small lab up to 50 kg production per day, they are supporting with 15% subsidy on 15 lakhs. Similarly, compost production, you can produce the compost. They have the unit of 20 lakhs. Simply you produce the compost of any under seasonal cultivation or in controlled condition of the button mushroom. Now, so it is very high potential for the income generation. Now, round the year mushroom, I have already to discuss that seasonal mushroom, 2000 square area, a person can earn more than 50,000 per month. Processing and packaging, it is another one is product development or value addition. It has apart more opportunity, very high opportunity. So we are and we have a number of products. In this year, 2 products we have into number 1 mushroom buddy. You can somebody some in some area that is known as nugget, and mushroom gulab jamun. That is 2 new products in this year we have introduced. Now, spent management. If you see, everybody has learned that if you under control system of the button mushroom production, it is it generating huge quantity of the spent. So we have plan and we are using it as a compost. It reduce chemical fertilizer, and we have number of examples. Another one is marketing. Marketing itself is a self-explanatory. Now, these are these components, if you see that they are working or this system is working individually. Anyone have a plant spent around crores of crores. In the case of button mushroom, the examples are Haryana, Punjab, Delhi. But in Bihar, we have introduced seasonal cultivation as well as control unit. But control units are very much individual, and many people sometimes fail or stop the working. Now, we have introduced in this year FPOs. 4 FPO we have registered. 3 FPO in the Buxar district, one is in Muzaffarpur district. In spite of all bottlenecks of the FPO, I know FPO as well as other organizations are failed, I know. But what is the reason of failure, I know. So within 3 months, you can say very new. I have newly, within 3 months, we have registered. And all these activities, you see, all 7 activities have been introduced in the FPO. And many things I will discuss today as well as later on, because FPO we have given the first, we have started in a 100 members board of directors. Everybody, I think you may be known. And our university will provide them monogram and will support technical support and branding. So we have already branded more than 10 products, and in the field they are running. But all these products will be available at the level of are produced by your FPO. Because this is a very initial stage. Mushroom Buddy is already branded, and our FPO is producing. But up to December, we have 3-4 months within in this year. The marketable produce mushroom, not only mushroom, but the products, compost, everything will be marketable, because we are in process to the branding. And I am happy to share you that we had 2 patents granted, 4 patents, 2 patents, 1 design patented of the, we have established or manufactured 1 pasteurizer, because people are, small farmers are suffering for the contamination of oyster and milky mushroom. They are attempting, but unfortunately they have. So we have 1 device developed. Another one is mushroom samosa, mini samosa. I think in earlier classes we have discussed them. Other biscuit, litti, and many things. Now, button mushroom, how you can produce. You see temperature 21st, spawn run 20-25 temperature for cropping 15 to 20 degrees Celsius, time of spawn run. All these details are given. I think participants may ask the questions. That will be very much clear. Now, we have developed many types of ingredients. You see chicken manure, and I think everybody knows. We are educating. This is the long term, but now we have discarded this. But in history, we have discussed. Now, mostly we follow this one, mixing up ingredients. Means SART method of compost production. That is 5 method of, you can say, JEPT. This method was developed by Dr. Manjeet Singh and his group, and it was the responsibility given to DMR Solan, but it was success only in Bihar, because there was some modification, there was certain problems. We have solved them, and you see, this is the structure, and this is most popular method, and only small farmers in Bihar only adopt this one. Now you see, this is the figure, and within 15 days. Now this is a SART method, means a pasteurization tunnel method. Everybody may be, this one is the familiar with this. Now oyster mushroom, it is very common, and without training, very everything, all are be adopted. Now you see substrate pasteurization, water soaked method, different methods of them mostly people use. This one, no, without chemical, you can see without chemical, oyster mushroom, milky mushroom can be possible, can be produced. Now you see this one, many issues people always discuss about the problem. So we are the main focusing how can these technology can reach to the farmers. Now this is our system, substrate sterilizer, and very excellent functioning is we have reported, and very much limited, you can say, very limited price, and 200 kg stock capacity per day, 25 kg to 30 kg per trip. Now you see the spawning, how can spawning is done. This is the spawn run. You see how facts looks. You see penhead formation. You see the structure, low cost, thatched house production. You see the different oyster varieties. Yield different 50 to 80% of the substrate. This is the packaging. Now, these are the, though it is old, something may be new because it needs upgradation. If this one product is already branded and patented, this one is a biscuit also patented. Namkeen patent, I don't think that patent, that is a separate, but it is more nutritious. And our work for the clinical study is going on. Till date, we have two results, moved up, energy level high, and other things will be reported later on. You see, these are the products. Now you see the products, how many types of products we have prepared and everything. Now you see that we have two types of products. Number one, that is ready to cook, ready to eat. So in SART, we have already discussed you. Either after discussion, you need more slides, or you can say more lectures. So I am ready. Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for joining and for elaborating on such a nice topic of mushroom cultivation. So, a big thanks to you. And on the behalf of our team and our participants, I convey my regards to you, sir. So, I would request my participants, if they have any question, they can put in the chat box or can directly ask to sir. So, dear participants.
Yes, most welcome. You can directly ask rather than chat. तनिषा एको हटाइए थे, स्लाइड हटा दीजिए. तनिषा वो दिखाइए थे, इसको हटा के, हाँ इसको बंद कर दीजिए, दूसरा दिखाइए. Yes.
Oyster mushroom cultivations का माने throughout the year low cost method in detail.
ओके इसमें देखो क्या है।
हेलो सर।
हाँ जी 1 मिनट।
गुड इवनिंग सर।
गुड इवनिंग।
सर वो कह रहे हैं प्रिसीजन फार्मिंग का, प्रिसीजन एग्रीकल्चर का सर, और प्रिंसिपल्स क्या हो सकते हैं सर, उसका मेन प्रिंसिपल सर।
एक मिनट देखिए, हम प्रिसीजन फार्मिंग पे अभी चर्चा केवल हम मशरूम पे चर्चा करेंगे। उसके लिए सब्जेक्ट है, उसके लिए तैयारी अलग से होके आती है। ठीक है, आप इसमें कल्टीवेशन, टेक्नोलॉजी और इसका इनकम एम्प्लॉयमेंट का क्या स्कोप, वो सब पे आप डिस्कस करेंगे। हेलो
जी सर।
हाँ, वो चूंकि मेरा विषय भी नहीं है प्रिसीजन फार्मिंग, तो वो हम उस पर चूंकि बिना तैयारी का ये तो चूंकि ये जनरल टॉपिक है। अच्छा, एक और हमारे फार्मर हैं, उन्होंने पूछा ओयस्टर मशरूम को हम कैसे करेंगे। यस, क्या नाम था आपके? हेलो।
Otonu Hati
ओयस्टर
from West Bengal, sir.
फ्रॉम
West Bengal.
वेस्ट बंगाल। फर्स्ट, हिंदी में आप या इंग्लिश में समझ रहे हैं?
इंग्लिश हिंदी समझ रहे हैं सर, बट बोल नहीं पा रहा है। बंगाली में सब कुछ है, ठीक है सर। हिंदी और इंग्लिश में बोलिए, कुछ नहीं है।
एक्चुअली नंबर 1 इन द केस ऑफ oyster, oyster substrate sterilization is a major issue. Mostly chemicals we people are using, but nowadays the era of chemical has gone, because everywhere, in every crop, every food material is contaminated with the chemicals. If you see only mushroom is, you can see there is very less chemical is using. So you have already seen our device. Either you treat the straw, you can say with the hot water treatment or with vapor, the device is there. Seed quantity
Hello.
seed. Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Um,
evening.
Yes. Why should we eat mushroom?
Yes, this is very good question. And why your good name?
I am Dr. Mangala, sir. Thank you.
Okay. You are medicos,
I am agronomist.
means agricultural scientist. Okay.
Yes, sir.
First, everybody is here. Why we take the mushroom? Mushroom is number 1, is alternative, or you can say supplement food for that is a protein supplement. Because we
How
have
it is Hello, sir.
a,
Excuse me.
yeah,
How it is a protein supplement? Because what is the composition? How much of a percentage of protein is there in mushroom on weight basis?
yes, on the dry basis it is 20 to 28%, and fresh you can see we almost using the fresh, that is 2 to 3%. Number 1, we have very limited source of protein. As agronomist, you know that pulses is a only vegetarian, you can say, source of the protein. In spite of that, many other things, you can say, that is materials or chemicals is found, vitamin, many other compounds are there, which is just like selenium is not available anywhere, B complex, vitamin D is synthesized in the body, because today luxury life you see, and I think except farmers, mostly people are relishing with the air conditioner and artificial light. So vitamin D, if you remember the corona period, so one medicine, that is vitamin D was supplemented in the So, in spite of protein, vitamins, minerals are available, easy available. So we
Excuse me.
can, and it is very, you can say, economic source of that. Yes, बताएं.
Yes, sir. Excuse me. Sir,
Yeah.
we normally consume the mushroom on fresh basis, weight basis.
Yeah.
So when I saw the chart of nutritional value of fresh mushroom, it is
Yeah.
only 2% of protein.
Yeah.
So many of the times when we teach or when the specialists they teach us, they say that it is a rich source of protein. But in fact, it is a very less protein content in mushroom as against
Yes.
pulses
In
or
fact,
soya.
pulse in you see, that is we use the 1% required. In fact, we calculate the dry basis. Okay. But what is the other source which is easily available? Because
It's
protein,
costly as well.
J, yes,
Protein, I mean to say, sir, excuse me, mushroom is costly as well because it is 100 grams mushroom, fresh mushroom in 40 to 50 rupees.
where I don't know because 15 rupees for 100 gram means maximum 10 to 15 rupees per 100 gram. And we are not promoting to purchase, we are educating to produce, cultivate it.
Yes, sir. If you ask farmers to produce or cultivate, then they will have to sell it to make the profit or to make the livelihood
Yeah,
of the trade.
definitely.
So they must get some price. In our region,
Yeah.
the mushroom cost nearly 40 rupees
Yeah.
per 100 grams, fresh mushroom.
No, you can
When we
purchase
buy
fresh.
from the market, supermarket.
Yeah, okay, you purchase, but the production cost is how you suppose that pulses are and meat and other source are cheaper than mushroom.
Yes,
What
pulses at
you
least.
think?
Pulses are cheaper than that.
How it is?
Because
Yeah.
because a family of 4 members need at one serving or one meal they can hardly 100 grams or 125 dry tur dal will be sufficient for a family of 4 members.
Good.
Cooking के
Okay.
बाद वो it is
हाँ, ठीक है.
so that much is cheapness is I think is not mushroom.
Then, in your opinion, mushroom is not comfortable or not cheaper?
No, sir. Excuse me, sorry. In my opinion, whatever, whenever we give the reference of mushroom to the audience, we normally say ki mushroom is a very rich source of protein. That is not true. Whatever the nutrient composition scientifically is there, that should be displayed on the slides. That is my humble request. Because
yeah, just wait, तनी सुनो पुरानी स्लाइड दिखाओ तो. तुरंत का जो स्लाइड था ना उसमें इसको कर दीजिए. क्या तू अपन बंद थे क्या वो बंद कर दो, ये बंद हो जाएगा. हाँ, हम उधर चले जाए. वो है हमारे पास गाड़ी में. ओके, जस्ट वेट मैडम.
it's okay, sir. If you don't have that one, it's okay, fine, sir.
No, I have everything. I have.
Okay.
You are right at your point, but other things you see here, you see the slides, then.
For me, I am not the specialist in mushroom production or mushroom.
No, that is not
scientist.
matter. Matter is that, in fact, why? One thing, milk is a complete food. Why?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Similarly, same ratio of the protein is there. You see, just You see,
Yes, sir.
you see, it is
Yes.
self-explanatory. One thing,
Carbohydrates, 37%.
yeah.
Then fiber is good. Then protein is not 33%.
Yes, it dry basis. You hear, you can
Dry basis.
on the
Okay, but
dry.
normally we do not eat the mushroom on dry basis.
In fact,
99%
madam,
mushrooms are
just
eaten fresh mushroom.
yes. In India, we have fresh, but if you see mushroom powder, many things are available. Okay, that's maybe, but fat, minerals, energy, other things are.
Maybe I request, it's my humble request to kindly check the composition of this one. And then I just humble request, just a request, sir.
No. That this is a matter of discussion.
Yeah.
I do
And sir,
agree.
you also said that the medicinal flow value shows ki insulin flow increases. This I did not, I am not agreeing with this one. Because you have to give us explanation for this then.
Okay, you see, insulin increase. Yeah, we have because we have evidence and medical report is there, but that is not my topic. We are promoting
Yes,
and
sir. Okay. Yes, sir.
promoting as well as people are accepting. If you see,
Yes.
I have you see the during the COVID period in the Bihar, those
Yes.
area
Mhm.
where mushroom cultivation was prominently done,
Mhm.
very limited case means no matlab
Mhm.
case was reported
Yes,
because
sir.
this was the health challenge. Why this village not and that village not? Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
maybe so that's why we are working on clinical trial because the medical report is there. So
Mhm.
medical people never discuss that you eat or take. Somebody is discussing. So we have, and up to December, I think,
Mhm.
if we get the chance, so I will discuss later on because I agree, but our principle is entirely different. You have
Yes.
first time raised the question as agricultural scientist that because idea is there in the
Yeah.
field condition.
Mhm.
Health point of view, say income point of view, say people are agree.
Yes, sir.
So
Thank
maybe everybody, not necessarily everybody agree because
you.
after some time when I will
Mhm.
give the evidence, then definitely you will agree.
Yes, sir.
All
Thank you.
these are these was analyzed in
Mhm.
our laboratory. You see, hericium is anti-cancer. Many things are there, but we have the biscuits, and that biscuits are tested against the different
Cancer.
type of cancer. Yeah, cancer. Where our work is Alzheimer's. Many things are there. So
Mhm.
definitely, I appreciate you
Yeah, sir.
for the
Thank you very
asking,
much.
suggesting the such
Yeah.
type of question. Okay,
Thank
thank
you
you.
very much.
आप which university से you are?
I'm from Dr. Punjab Rao Deshmukh Agriculture University in Maharashtra, Akola,
Okay.
Western
Akola.
Maharashtra.
Okay, no. Many things, मेरे students as well as
Mhm.
uh, my classmate was there. N.P.
Who?
Reddy. Dr. N.P. Reddy, now he is retired.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, well, thank you. Next,
Thank you very much.
other speakers or other ideas, any more clarification?
Thank you so much, sir, for answering the question so patiently. Sir, there is one more question in the chat box from Deepa. So, sir, she's asking which type of mushroom is more nutritious and more demand among the consumers?
In fact, if you see the nutritional level, I have already shown you the slides. So, if you see the oyster mushroom is a very nutritious. Button mushroom, because button mushroom is only liking of the people. People like because that is a round shape, this one, but mostly we prefer the oyster mushroom. As regards medicinal. Shiitake mushroom is excellent and top among all. But that is the production technology is somewhat difficult. So if you in the market, you can say the among cultivated Shiitake is best. Yes, any more questions?
Yes, sir. One more question from Saran Sundar. Sir, he's asking, is there any legal certification required for mushroom cultivation?
No, not at all. From which state he is asking?
So, Mr. Sharan Sundar, can you just unmute yourself and ask the question to sir?
Yes, Saran sir. From
Sir,
where you are?
I'm from Tamil Nadu, sir.
Okay, so no need. Because it is agriculture based, or you can say a type of crop in the, we have already proved, and the government of Bihar accepted that mushroom is a crop. Like you can say any vegetable, and you see, if you see the chart, there is vegetable chart, mushroom is a vegetable. So there is no any legal things. Only sometimes electricity problem is there in many states, but in Bihar, and they are convincing that it is agriculture, and they are charging agriculture rate.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, welcome. And one thing I would like to communicate all the audience that there is no any alternative of the mushroom. If you see the scenario of 2030, entirely things will be changed. If you say why, because if you see 50 years back, so millets were dominating, but people were very poor. They were addressing that poor man. But now you see the era of the millet is here. Many things are going on, and the mushroom have a such potentiality that everything will be based on the mushroom in future. If you see the scenario of 23, 20, then you see the 30 and up to 50, only mushroom will be single. That's why I'm not saying, or I'm not pleading that I'm mushroom scientist, because it is the microbial world is dominating, you see, and you are always, you can say, feel that microbial world is coming slowly, slowly, slowly. We have, if you see the example of China and other, they are the use of the greens is very less rather than all these things. So in India, this will be alternative of many things. So time is coming. And as we have developed many things, mushroom atta, very certainly with the help of the, you can say, FPO. Just I want to ask you one question to the audience, that if you see in your kitchen the atta, जिसको you can say flour, wheat से, you can't store for a long time. Within 1 month, there may be some insects, many things. But why? If you purchase the many branded, you can store more time. You see, if you see the hospital, in the hospital, number of cases are there. So, because everywhere is chemical, and I think RDN will accept everything is use shelf life. Many times people ask me that how can we increase the shelf life? You are aware that without chemical it is not possible. We are working on the microbial, but till date we have no success. So think, because we want fresh. Earlier, mushroom was canned mushroom was available. But why mushroom was you can say use the chemical. So be aware of the chemicals. You can see and tell me which food material is we are using without chemical. You think it. And this is the challenge for the 2030. Everything without chemical, how can you enhance the shelf life? Everywhere you think. Thank you. Thanks. Any more question?
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, somebody is asking about your contact number and email ID if they want to ask you something about the mushroom and the mushroom cultivation or shiitake mushroom, so
Yeah,
they
yeah.
can coordinate with you. So we will provide
Okay.
you contact number and email
Yes,
address.
just one thing I would like to communicate. Every day, I visit my office are available in the office from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. in the morning. Everybody can ask me, contact me, online or offline. I think, madam, you have my contact number as well as email.
Yes, sir, we have, sir.
So you can share it and don't worry. In the morning, 7 to 9, if anybody is working, I can show you the practicals, I can guide you, crafts, many things I can do. Because due to some problems, I could not uh, in the evening, I available today in evening, but in the 7 to 9 every day, Sunday, Monday, whole week I am available for your services. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, thank you so much for this wonderful session and wonderful interaction with the participants. So, on the behalf of our team and our participants, I convey my big thanks to you. And we will be looking forward to you with many more sessions to come in our some other training programs on this mushroom cultivation as well as some other topics also. So, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
guiding us, sir.
So thank you very much and
Thank you.
pranam. Good evening. Namaskar. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
चलिए हो बंद करिए.
So, dear participants, our next guest has joined. So, ma'am, am I audible to you?
Yeah, Preeti, I can hear you.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, I'll just go through a brief introduction about you and then we'll start the session, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So, moving towards the next session of the day, we have with us today Ms. Mani M, who is an innovation-led ICR IARI's PUSA. So, ma'am is an agribusiness expert possessing a vividly research experience of more than a decade in startups ecosystem, business development, business incubator management, and technology commercialization. With prior experience working with the World Bank's Tech Commercialization and NABARD's incubator, ABIC as CEO, now leading the ICR IRA ecosystem of entrepreneurship as lead innovation expert. Multiple certifications and honors, including the Best Incubator Award by the Minister, Government of India, Woman in the Business Award, and Appreciation Award by the NABARD has been dedicated to ma'am. Ma'am's mission is to foster the incubation ecosystem in India and enable the growth of innovative and impactful agripreneurs. She has successfully generated leads, launched public-private partnerships, advised state governments in CSR initiatives, and helped establish 7 business incubators pan-India. She has also contributed to the establishment of 50+ successful startup brands in the agribusiness sector, socially impacting hundreds of lives. Ma'am has represented Indian business incubators as an invited speaker in Europe as well as Hong Kong and published several book chapters, research papers, and columns on the agribusiness incubation. Ma'am is certified in the soft skills, a avid animal lover and a passionate photographer. Ma'am is having a growth-driven mindset. She finds peace in taking up new initiatives, pacing my game up to action and results. So, ma'am, it's a matter of great privilege for our team and for me to have such a wonderful personality like you here with us. So, I would like to welcome you and invite you to the podium to address our participants. So, welcome to you, ma'am, and I over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Preeti, for the detailed introduction. It wasn't needed. All I can say is we all are learners and we are just trying our best to create an impact in the society. So being from the field of agribusiness, this it's also one of my you can say like my major passions, that I really work for the agriculture ecosystem of the startups. So okay, so very good evening to all of you, and I think I'll take you today to a journey of what an agribusiness startup is like and how the whole ecosystem works, and how, if any of you is interested in starting an agribusiness enterprise, so what to do and how to do it. So shall I just share my presentation?
Ma'am, sure, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll go ahead. I'll just take you to the first slide. I hope you can see it, right?
Yeah, ma'am, it's visible, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll take you to the introduction of the presentation. So today we are here for the Agriculture 5.0 workshop that has been organized by the Just Agriculture Group. So what is entrepreneurship, right? You all must be knowing already entrepreneurship hai kya. So one more thing, Preeti, I would like to ask you, like, should I be going in Hindi or English or a mix?
Ma'am, a mix will be okay.
Okay, cool, understandable.
Yes,
Fine. So entrepreneurship, everybody knows entrepreneurship is what, when you start a new venture with some innovative sort of thing in your idea or your business or your prototype. So it can be anything that has a potential for a scalable business with some sort of innovation. So innovation could be a technology, it could be a research product, it could be, I mean, innovation necessarily doesn't mean it has to be a product innovation. It can be a process innovation, it can be a market linkage innovation, it can be a supply chain innovation. If all this sounds really new to you, so I'll take you through. I'll make you understand what am I saying, what am I talking about. So who can be innovator or entrepreneur? There is no like set guidelines, or there's no anything is no mandatory that you have to have some kind of education to be an entrepreneur. A person who has never been to school can be an entrepreneur. A person who has already done his PhD or maybe postdoctorate can also be an entrepreneur. So if somebody asks me what is the age limit for being an entrepreneur, that is also like not a valid question, I would say, because the age is also not a factor for entrepreneur. Some students you must have seen even around you, and especially in our country, that some guys like the IT guys or the students who are just doing, maybe they're 12th or maybe just in the first year of their engineering, they have started a startup. And some people who have retired from the government service or the private sector, they also enjoy starting a startup. So that means age is also not a factor if you want to start on entrepreneurship. Now let's talk about the scene of agribusiness. So when we talk about agribusiness, it does not just include agriculture, because you all are from the ICR ecosystem. So you must be already knowing that agriculture, it encompasses so many sectors, and now it's not even limited to agriculture and allied sectors. We are also, I would say, expanding our roots towards the sectors. I mean, it has become more sector agnostic. So the sectors which were never a part of agribusiness, they are also now a part of agribusiness. So that's how this AI, this ML, this IoT, now we also hear these things, fintech. So that means like agriculture is, it has, I mean, even in 2023, we as a country being an agrarian economy, we still have majority of our people or our sectors working or directly or indirectly towards agriculture. And now, because agriculture is also growing, now, I mean, it's the transformation. That's why this Agriculture 5.0 workshop is also being organized to make you understand how the things are changing. So that's how I can say this will grow more. So now for the starters to become more entrepreneurial, some assistance from the enablers, we call them accelerators or incubators, that is needed. So that's where the agribusiness incubation comes into focus. So there are a lot of organizations which are working with various sectors in agriculture, in agri and allied sector space, and which are enabling you to start an agribusiness enterprise. So if you talk about what are the opportunities, so I would say there are no opportunities that cannot be counted in agribusiness opportunity. The shirts that you're wearing, the food that you're eating in your plate, whatever you see around, the bottle, the water bottle, the milk, the food processing, the veterinary, anything. So everything you see around can be counted as an agribusiness opportunity. That means you have to see where do you see your forte as, and where do you see there is a lack of this and I need to invent this or I need to introduce this thing in the market. So opportunities for entrepreneurs in agriculture sector, it can start from the cultivation itself and also post-harvest, infrastructure, R&D, services, anything. I mean, I would say anything. If you think of an idea and you think like, okay, I want to start an enterprise or maybe like a startup or maybe just start a consultancy. So it doesn't even have to have a goods or a services. Like if you even go for anything. So agriculture as a sector is facing, I mean, because we have already seen like it's facing a lot of issues, which are the pressing issues. So that includes food security, maybe lack of mechanization, maybe, you know, the burning issues we see. So inducing and implementing these innovative ideas through agribusiness is always been in demand. So it is a need of the hour, I would say. The entrepreneurial ecosystem, how does it work? So there are entrepreneurs, the people jin log ko apna business shuru karna hai, and then there are investors, the people who have money. See, the people who have ideas are entrepreneurs. The people who have money, they are investors. Entrepreneurs also invest. वो लोग खुद अपना पैसा भी अपने business में लगाते हैं. That becomes bootstrap, or you can say equity. But when you have to raise some capital, it can be a grant, it can be a loan, you can say. So there are people, there are groups which are investors, which invest money in you. So I think most of you have also seen Shark Tank India, जिसमें आपको थोड़ा investor का point of view समझ में आएगा, like how do the investors work. And then we have mentors with us. So mentors can be business mentors or the technical mentors. So technical mentors from the whole ICR ecosystem, like SAU say, ICR Institute say. And then we have also business mentors. So these are the industrial experts, or maybe finance expert, maybe, you know, any sort of communication expert. So we have the pool of mentors with us as well, which work for the entrepreneurial ecosystem. And then we have the SAUs, and then we have the other government agencies, because if you have to start a startup, maybe for an example, let's say a farm mechanization startup. So you have to have your product validated by various government agencies. So if we talk about farm mechanization, so there are like 4 government agencies all over India, which are the Apex tech validations agencies. So similarly in other sectors, like if you have to go for food certification, so then the FSI is there, then HACCP is there. So yes, these are government agencies which provide you technical validation for your product. And then lastly, we have the support organizations. So where the incubators or the accelerators come into scene. So all of this, they work together to form an entrepreneurial ecosystem. And that's how we are creating an environment that not only fosters innovation, it also promotes creativity and also brings an entrepreneurial, you know, zeal in the society. So that, because see, it's a very evident thing कि हमारा, I mean, considering the population of our country, कि हर किसी को तो सरकारी नौकरी नहीं लगने वाली है और हर किसी को interest भी नहीं होता. So people have ideas, even with the government jobs. ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि सरकारी नौकरी के साथ नहीं कर सकते. Even with the government jobs, you can start a startup. ठीक है? So this is the entrepreneurial ecosystem that I already mentioned. कि policy रहेगा, finance रहेगा, culture रहेगा, and where the support organizations are there. Then you have human capital, that means human resources, people, and then markets. So in सब से आपका culture and mindset develop होता है. So India, because I think I'll take you through the numbers as well, but it is one of the most promising countries for starting any startup. आज से कुछ अगर हम बात करते हैं more than a decade ago, or maybe I would say at least 15-16 साल पहले, तो IT hub के नाम पे बैंगलोर का it was a boom. तो सभी IT का startups डाल रहे थे. But things are really changing now. You can actually see agri or agri-tech ka startups in the, I would say, the bigger scene. So that means what? कि अभी बहुत सारे unicorns जो थे वो निकल के आ रहे हैं और उसमें agri-tech का numbers भी काफी, like they're improving. So that also means that the culture and mindset towards agribusiness is also changing. So there is like huge talent of people. हम लोग even if we are like ऐसा तो है कि because some people are doing their masters in agriculture, their graduation in agriculture, and then PhD in agriculture. तो जरूरी भी नहीं है कि like everybody is doing a study in agriculture. अगर उन लोग के पास में, if they have a zeal and if they are not even, you know, literate enough, they can even start an agribusiness and enterprise. They just have to have a person, like a technical आदमी वो अपने साथ रख सकते हैं. Maybe, you know, like a co-director or a co-founder, right? And then you need capital, पैसा आपको चाहिए. Then you need infrastructure, support services, and regulations and policy that I already mentioned. ठीक है? So I'll take you essentials for the process. So कोई भी एग्रीकल्चर एंटरप्राइज शुरू करने के लिए, कोई भी एग्री बिजनेस एंटरप्राइज शुरू करने के लिए हमें सबसे पहले मार्केट रिसर्च लगती है. दैट मीन्स वी रिक्वायर द मार्केट रिसर्च. सो दैट मीन्स वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हम कौन से मार्केट में आने वाले हैं. फॉर एन एग्जांपल, अगर आप फूड प्रोसेसिंग में आने हैं, फॉर एन एग्जांपल आप लिक्विड बायो फर्टिलाइजर्स में आने वाले हैं, सो उसका मार्केट रिसर्च क्या है, आपको उसका टैम एंड टॉम, लाइक आपको टोटल एड्रेसेबल मार्केट समझना पड़ेगा और आप उस मार्केट में से किस मार्केट को एड्रेस करने वाले हैं. दैट मीन्स आपका निश मार्केट क्या रहेगा, आपको वो आइडेंटिफाई करना पड़ेगा. देन यू अकॉर्डिंगली यू हैव टू क्रिएट अ बिजनेस प्लान कि अच्छा, फॉर एन एग्जांपल किसी ने बोला मेरे को लिक्विड बायो फर्टिलाइजर्स बनाने हैं और मैं, हो सकता है मैं राइजोटिका, लाइक लेट्स कॉल, हम देसी भाषा में राइजो का टीका, ठीक है, तो राइजोटिका पे मैं काम करता हूँ और उसने सोचा कि मैं फोकस रखता हूँ मे बी फॉर इंस्टेंस से झारखंड एंड बिहार. अब उसको आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि वहां पे मार्केट ऑलरेडी कैसा है, ठीक है, हाउ आर द पीपल डूइंग, और अगर मार्केट में ऑलरेडी प्लेयर्स हैं, हाउ आर दे डूइंग, एंड देन ही नीड्स टू असेस द, आई मीन द स्टार्टअप विल नीड टू असेस कि अगर मैं अपना प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में उतारता हूं तो मेरा यूएसपी क्या होगा, लाइक व्हाट इज माय यूनिक सेलिंग प्रोपोजिशन व्हिच मेक्स मी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द अदर प्लेयर्स इन द मार्केट, कि मैं उनसे डिफरेंट कैसे हूं. एंड देन यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड वहां पे मार्केट बाइंग कैपेसिटी कितना है, लोग कितना खरीद पा रहे हैं, ठीक है. एंड देन यू नीड टू सी द अडेप्टेशन एवरीथिंग. सो रूल्स रेगुलेशंस, अगर आपको कोई लाइसेंस लेना है तो वो आपको हर एक चीज देखना पड़ेगा. सो दैट इज द क्रिएशन ऑफ द बिजनेस प्लान. उसके बाद में जब ये बिजनेस प्लान आपने एक ऐसे चॉक आउट कर लिया एक पेपर पे, यू नो, मोर लाइक अ ब्लूप्रिंट आई वुड से, देन यू लुक फॉर फंडिंग. अच्छा, अब अभी हमने पूरा एस्टिमेट्स निकाल के लगा लिया कि मेरे को मिनिमम 20 लाख रुपए चाहिए. अभी मैं देखता हूँ कि मेरे पास अकाउंट में 4 लाख रुपए हैं या 5 लाख रुपए हैं या 1 लाख रुपए हैं, फॉर इंस्टेंस कुछ भी नहीं है, ठीक है, तो मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, अपना फ्रेंड्स फैमिली से कितना अपने लेवल पे जुड़ा सकता हूँ, विच इज कॉल्ड बूट स्ट्रैपिंग, कि आपने अपने पैसे से कितना पैसा जोड़ लिया. अभी जो डिफरेंस बचा है तो उसका देन यू लुक फॉर द फंडिंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज. आपको ग्रांट चाहिए, आपको वेदर यू वांट टू यू नो लिक्विडेट योर इक्विटी, या आपको बैंक से लोन लेना है, दैट यू हैव टू सी, और उसके अकॉर्डिंगली देन यू प्लान अकॉर्डिंगली द थिंग्स. फिर उसको लीगल और रेगुलेटरी एनवायरनमेंट में सबको पुट हम करते हैं, एंड देन यू रजिस्टर योर बिजनेस. मे बी इट विल बी लाइक अ LLP या सोसाइटी या आपको जो भी करना है, ठीक है. And then you acquire the final arrangements, and that's how any business, I mean I won't say कि agri business only, कोई भी business ऐसे ही, इसका एक simple process यही होता है, ठीक है. तो ways the agriculture affect your life, like I already told you कि cosmetics में भी आ चुका है agriculture, ठीक है, because there are so many products which are being sold all over India जिसमें बोलते हैं कि chemical free है, तो which is like you know plant based products are there, so cosmetics में है, clothing में already है, ठीक है, fuel है, biofuel तक आ चुके हैं, food भी already no processing में है, हेल्थ इंडस्ट्री में, फार्मा में आ चुका है, एंड इकोनॉमी एज अ होल. सो प्री रिक्विजिट्स क्या होते हैं किसी भी एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप की कंपिटेंसीज के लिए, लाइक हाउ आर यू कॉम्पिटेंट इन द मार्केट. तो आपके पास टेक्निकल कंपिटेंसी होनी चाहिए, आपके पास आपकी टीम में, अगर आपके फाउंडर या को फाउंडर में नहीं है तो एटलीस्ट टीम में टेक्निकल बंदा होना चाहिए, ठीक है. फिर नेटवर्किंग एंड रिलेशनशिप बिल्डिंग के लिए आपको, यानी कि कम्युनिकेशन एंड मार्केटिंग की आपको एक टीम लगेगी. देन असिस्ट टू रिसोर्सेज, आपके पास सारे रिसोर्सेज जिसमें फंडिंग से लेके ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज तक सब कुछ आ जाएगा. एंड रेगुलेटरी एंड पॉलिसी नॉलेज, आपको उसके लिए थोड़ा सा स्टडी करना पड़ेगा. यू मे रिक्वायर, आई मीन समटाइम्स ऐसा होता है कि जरूरी नहीं है आपको फुल टाइम CA हायर करना पड़े, आप एक छोटा मोटा एक असाइनमेंट के लिए एक CA को भी हायर कर सकते हैं, ठीक है. सो दिस आर द प्री रिक्विजिट. अब कोई भी एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप को देखने के लिए क्या क्या चीजें जरूरी होती है, दीज आर द बेसिक थिंग्स. आई थिंक वी डू नॉट नीड टू नो दिस, क्योंकि ये सभी को पता है कि क्या क्या फीचर्स, क्या क्या कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होना चाहिए एक एंटरप्रेन्योर अच्छा बनने के लिए. तो अपॉर्चुनिटी रिकॉग्नाइज करने का हमारे अंदर वो होना चाहिए, लाइक कैपेबिलिटी होना चाहिए, रिस्क को मैनेज करना है, फाइनेंस को मैनेज करना है, मार्केटिंग एंड सेल्स देखना है. सो दीज आर द बेसिक, आई वुड से लाइक द ब्रांचेस ऑफ एनी बिजनेस. ऑपरेशंस देखना पड़ेगा, इनोवेशन क्रिएटिविटी का आपका टीम रहेगा, नेटवर्किंग एंड अडेप्टेबिलिटी. और जरूरी नहीं है कि आपको आई थिंक आई कैन हियर सम साउंड, ओके, एनीवे. सो जरूरी नहीं आपको हर बार एक पूरी टीम ही बनानी है या हर एक डिपार्टमेंट के लिए आपको एक अलग बंदा रखना है. समटाइम्स यू जस्ट गो यू नो. यश जी आपका बार बार अनम्यूट हो रहा है शायद माइक, प्लीज टेक केयर ऑफ दैट. या सो आई वाज जस्ट सेइंग कि जरूरी नहीं आपको इतने लोगों को हर बार हायर करना है या इतनी टीम्स आपको हर बार बनानी पड़ेंगी. यू कैन जस्ट गो इन द मार्केट एज अ वन मैन आर्मी एज वेल, एंड देन अंडरस्टैंड कि कहाँ पे क्या क्या रिक्वायरमेंट हो रहा है. बिकॉज यू नो एक टाइम जब हम बिजनेस शुरू करते हैं तो जरूरी नहीं है कि हमें ब्रेक इवन एकदम से अचीव होता है. इट टेक्स टाइम टू अर्न प्रॉफिट्स. समटाइम्स यू हैव टू इनकर द कॉस्ट फॉर एटलीस्ट यू नो 6 मंथ से, हमें वेरी करता है कौन से मार्केट या कौन से सेक्टर में या कौन से प्रोडक्ट में हो. तो 6 महीने से लेकर 2 साल तक के बीच में आपका ब्रेक इवन, विच मीन्स लाइक अर्निंग प्रॉफिट, वो आपका वेरी करता है. उसके बाद इफ यू आर स्टार्टिंग लाइक यू मेकिंग प्रॉफिट्स और समथिंग, then you can expand your team any day after that. तो अब वापस आते हैं. अगर हम बात करते हैं इंडिया क्यों, वी आर द थर्ड इन द होल ग्लोबल स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम, ठीक है। उसके बाद 2019 का डेटा है, उसके बाद वो तो ये बहुत बढ़ चुका है, तब भी उस टाइम पे भी 14.5 बिलियन डॉलर से भी ज्यादा फंडिंग रेज कर चुके थे हम लोग, ठीक है। और हमारे यहाँ पे एक एवरेज एज अगर आप बात करोगे तो वो 28 ईयर्स थी, यंग एंड एस्पायरिंग माइंड्स की, ठीक है। तो एवरेज एज जो स्टार्टअप फाउंडर्स हैं उनका एवरेज इतना है, ठीक है। और 280 से भी ज्यादा इस अपने इंक्यूबेटर्स एंड एक्सेलरेटर्स ऑल ओवर इंडिया 2016 में रजिस्टर्ड थे, ठीक है। तो दैट इज ऑल्सो थर्ड लार्जेस्ट नंबर ऑफ इंक्यूबेटर्स वर्ल्ड वाइड, ठीक है। तो ये अगर आप देखेंगे नीचे नंबर्स तो आप ये देख पाएंगे यहाँ पे टेक्नोलॉजी ड्रिवन प्रोडक्ट जिसने बनाए, यूएस से 47,000 आया, यूके से 4500 आया, इंडिया से 4200 आया, विच इज ऑल्सो आफ्टर अस comes Israel, which is also a good friend of ours, और वहां का भी entrepreneurial ecosystem is very good, ठीक है। अब हम बात करते हैं हमारा यहाँ पे जो रफ्तार प्रोग्राम होता है, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर की काफी बड़ी स्कीम है RKVY, एवरीबडी नोज अबाउट इट, राष्ट्रीय कृषि विकास योजना। उसके तहत एक स्कीम है रफ्तार प्रोग्राम। रफ्तार के अंडर आपके पास एग्री बिजनेस का एक पूरा का पूरा सेक्टर है, उसमें हम एग्री बिजनेस इंक्यूबेटर्स को सेटअप करते हैं टू हेल्प एंड सपोर्ट एग्री बिजनेस स्टार्टअप्स ऑल ओवर इंडिया थ्रू वेरियस SAUs और ICR इंस्टीट्यूट्स, राइट। अभी इजराइल का नंबर अगर मैं आपको बताऊं तो 2009 में फ्रांस और जर्मनी को कंबाइन करके भी अगर जितना वेंचर कैपिटल था उससे ज्यादा इजराइल ने अट्रैक्ट किया था। इजराइल का नैस्डैक लिस्टेड कॉर्पोरेशंस पूरे यूरोप और एशिया से ज्यादा हैं, ठीक है। हर 1850, लेट्स कॉल इट लाइक नॉट गो फॉर द 1844, लेट्स से कि हर 1850 आदमी के ऊपर एक स्टार्टअप है उधर, ठीक है। पूरा यूरोप का जितना भी वेंचर कैपिटल का पैसा है उससे ज्यादा उनके पास पर पर्सन 30 टाइम्स ज्यादा है। एंड फॉर एवरी 100 मेल एंटरप्रेन्योर्स देयर आर 64 women, which means it's a very promising, supporting, enabling women startup country, ठीक है। अभी वापस आते हैं, प्लेयर्स कौन कौन हो सकते हैं इकोसिस्टम में। आपकी फैमिली भी हो सकती है जो आपको सपोर्ट या अपब्रिंगिंग देगी इससे रिलेटेड। कभी कभी क्या होता है क्योंकि थिंग्स आर ऑल्सो चेंजिंग, यू नो, आफ्टर कोविड तो बहुत सारी चीजें चेंज हुई हैं। अर्लियर पीपल यूज्ड टू थिंक लाइक कि नहीं मेरे को नहीं करना है, मेरे को ऐसा नहीं करना है, मेरे को वैसा नहीं करना है। नाउ पीपल वांट टू एक्सप्लोर एंड एक्सपेरिमेंट एंड सी वेयर वुड द टेबल्स टर्न, कि हम लोग ऐसा करेंगे तो कैसा होगा। सो नाउ द पीपल आई वुड से हैव बिकम मोर गुड ऑफ रिस्क मैनेजर्स। सो फैमिली का सपोर्ट इज द मोस्ट एसेंशियल that you would require when you start an agri enterprise. Then friends are there, right? And your peer, like friends and peer को we can connect it. फिर community is there कि वहाँ पे positively लेते हैं उस चीज को, नहीं लेते हैं, ठीक है। And then funding agencies are there. आपके यहाँ पे funding agencies कितनी है, कैसी हैं, उनके साथ formal है या informal है, कैसा है। NGOs already हैं या नहीं मार्केट में, आपको mentoring लग रही है कि मतलब आपको requirement है तो वो उनको मिल रही है कि नहीं मिल रही है, ठीक है। Statutory bodies are there and government departments and policies are there. ये सारा का सारा सीन अगर मैं बोलूं कि कब से ज्यादा चेंजेस आए थे, इवन फॉर द द टेक्नोलॉजी बिजनेस इंक्यूबेटर्स, द TBIs वी कॉल दैट, यानी कि IT का जब स्टार्टअप जब शुरू हुए थे तो 1991 के पैराडाइम शिफ्ट के बाद ये ज्यादा चीजें चेंज हुई थी, ठीक है। फिर इसके डिटेल में नहीं जाते हैं, लेट्स गो टू द एग्री बिजनेस थिंग ओनली। अब इनोवेशन क्या हो सकता है? इनोवेशन लाइक आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू, इट कैन बी अ प्रोडक्ट इनोवेशन लाइक व्हाट यू डू, व्हाट हैव यू प्रिपेयर्ड। इट कैन बी अ प्रोसेस इनोवेशन लाइक हाउ इज इट डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द अदर इनोवेशन। इट कैन बी अ बिजनेस मॉडल इनोवेशन, दैट इज द पैराडाइम इनोवेशन, कि इस चीज से हम पैसा कैसा बना सकते हैं, ठीक है। फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल, आज से अगर मैं बात करूं 12-15 साल पहले की या 10 साल पहले की भी, क्या किसी ने सोचा था कि हम घर बैठ के अपना खाना ऑर्डर करेंगे और उस खाना ऑर्डर करने वाले को हम पैसा देंगे और वो, या फिर फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल हमें घर बैठ के हमें ग्रोसरीज मंगानी है, आई एम गिविंग एग्जाम्पल ऑफ जोमैटो, स्विगी और ब्लिंकिट फॉर दैट मैटर, ठीक है, नहीं सोचा था। तो दैट इज अ बिजनेस मॉडल इनोवेशन। उसमें कुछ नयापन नहीं है, बट उन्होंने उसने नयापन क्या लिया कि इस चीज में पैसा कैसे बनाया जा सकता है, दे इंट्रोड्यूस दैट थिंग, ठीक है। एंड देन ऑल्सो वी हैव पोजीशन इनोवेशन, कि कैसा आपकी एक मार्केट में पोजीशन है उसका इनोवेशन का, यानी कि मार्केटिंग मिक्स या स्ट्रेटेजी को आप ऐसा इनोवेट कीजिए। सो पोजीशनिंग का मतलब होता है कि एक प्रोडक्ट का इमेज आपकी आईज में कैसा है, एक कंज्यूमर की आईज में कैसा है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, though the Android phones have, now they have, I think, multi-folds much benefits than the, I don't want to offend the iPhone users, but उनके बजाय, उनके कंपैरिजन में उनसे कम रेट में ज्यादा अच्छे फीचर वाले एंड्रॉइड फोन्स अवेलेबल हैं, बट बिकॉज दे हैव अ पोजीशन इनोवेशन, दे हैव अ पोजीशनिंग ऑफ द एप्पल प्रोडक्ट्स इन देयर आईज, तो दे विल ऑलवेज गो फॉर दैट, ठीक है। सो दैट इज लाइक क्रिएटिंग अ ब्रांड। अब वापस आते हैं, सोर्सेज क्या क्या हो सकते हैं। अब आपको सबसे पहले आप वो था ना पॉइंट के मार्केट रिसर्च करने का, तो मार्केट रिसर्च करने के लिए व्हाट डू यू नीड टू डू? So you have to do some research on your own. It can be through various research papers, popular articles, magazine articles, research, or popular publications, I would say. Then you can actually directly observe in the market. आपको मान लीजिए आप इधर जा रहे हैं और आपको लगता है कि यार ये अगर मैं ऐसे करता या फिर ये चीजें यहाँ पे अगर ऐसे बनी होती या फिर ये इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में ये चीज हो सकती थी तो चीजें आसान हो जाती. ठीक है. So somebody would have thought of the things that you're you know आप लोग you're surrounded by a lot of innovations around you. आपका लैपटॉप है, आपका फोन है, आप जिस चेयर पे बैठे हैं, आपके यहाँ जो फैन चल रहा है, एसी चल रहा है, तो कभी ना कभी किसी ने कुछ सोचा होगा तभी ये चीजें बन पाई. ठीक है. किसी ने कुछ प्रॉब्लम आइडेंटिफाई किया और उसके हिसाब से उस चीज का सोल्यूशन प्रोवाइड किया. वो शुरू में ऑब्वियसली एक प्रोटोटाइप बना होगा, रिफाइन होते होते वो फाइनल प्रोडक्ट बन पाया. ठीक है. और अभी भी उसमें रिफाइनमेंट चल रही है, अभी भी उसमें बहुत चीजें, इसके प्रोडक्ट्स में भी कुछ ना कुछ नया इनोवेशन लाते रहते हैं लोग. तो क्या है कि डायरेक्ट ऑब्जर्वेशन ऑल्सो प्लेज अ वेरी मेजर पार्ट इन द सोर्सेज ऑफ रिसर्च. एंड देन यू कैन ऑल्सो अटेंड वेरियस वर्कशॉप्स लाइक दिस और मे बी वेरियस सेमिनार्स और प्रेजेंटेशंस और समथिंग लाइक दैट. तो ये सारे का सारा आपका एंटरप्रेन्योरियल माइंडसेट बनता है इससे. ठीक है. अभी और क्या सोर्सेज हो सकते हैं, लेट्स नॉट गो इनटू दीस डिटेल्स, बट आई विल जस्ट शो यू कि पब्लिकेशंस में क्या क्या हो सकता है. डायरेक्ट ऑब्जर्वेशंस में आप इंटरव्यू भी कर सकते हैं, सर्वे भी कर सकते हैं, केस स्टडीज भी कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. तो दीज आर द थिंग्स. अभी कॉन्टिन्यूम की बात करें कि कितने तरह का इनोवेशन होता है, तो रेडिकल और इंक्रीमेंटल ये दोनों तो एक्सट्रीम्स हैं. ठीक है. रेडिकल इज लाइक बहुत बड़ा चेंज, इंक्रीमेंटल छोटे छोटे इंक्रीमेंट्स में. तो इंक्रीमेंटल इनोवेशन की अगर हम बात करते हैं तो छोटे छोटे चेंज, जैसे कि दरवाजे में वो जो की होल कैमरा, या की होल कैमरा भी नहीं कहूंगी, कि की होल लगा होता है ना कि उसके थ्रू आप कर सके. जैसे होटल्स में अगर आप जाओगे या किसी किसी बड़े जगह पे गेस्ट हाउस में आप रुकने जाओगे तो दरवाजे के ऊपर एक छोटा सा गोला बना होता है. दैट्स लाइक एन इंक्रीमेंटल इनोवेशन. उसमें कुछ ज्यादा कुछ नया कुछ नहीं किया, बस ऐसा है कि बाहर वाला अंदर नहीं देख सकता पर अंदर वाला पूरा बाहर देख सकता है. ठीक है. तो दैट इज लाइक एन इंक्रीमेंटल इनोवेशन. अभी छोटे छोटा इसमें इन्होंने बताया हुआ है, जैसे फ्रोजन योगर्ट बना दिया किसी ने. ठीक है. दैट इज एन इंक्रीमेंटल इनोवेशन. बबल रैप, जो हम उसको पटाखे बजा के जिनको बड़े मजे आते हैं ना उस चीज में, सो लाइक टू बबल रैप इज बट कि कोई भी ऐसा पेरिशेबल आइटम, पेरिशेबल आई वोंट कॉल इट पेरिशेबल, ब्रेकेबल आइटम है, उसको कवर करने के लिए जो बबल रैप बनाया गया. ठीक है. दैट इज ऑल्सो इंक्रीमेंटल इनोवेशन. ऐसे करते 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 अगर हम लास्ट में देख रहे हैं तो की होल सर्जरी, जो लेप्रोस्कोपिक की सर्जरी की जाती है, कि विदाउट पूरा चीर फाड़ करे बिना. ठीक है. दूरबीन वाली जिसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं. तो दिस आर द रेडिकल इनोवेशन. तो ये कॉन्टिन्यूम है कि कैसा 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 इनोवेशन छोटे लेवल का और बड़े लेवल का भी हो सकता है. ठीक है. 4 P's होते हैं किसी भी इनोवेशन स्पेस में. फर्स्ट इज योर प्रोडक्ट, सेकंड इज उसका पोजीशनिंग, थर्ड इज उसका प्रोसेस, एंड फोर्थ इज द पैराडाइम. ये मैं आपको पीछे बता भी चुकी हूँ और इसमें इन्होंने ये चारों चीजें इसमें इंट्रोड्यूस भी की हैं कि इंक्रीमेंटल हो सकता है छोटा मोटा चेंज, सस्टेनिंग हो सकता है, डिसरप्टिव हो सकता है विच इज अ गेम चेंजर, और एक रेडिकल हो सकता है लाइक एंटायरली न्यू टू द वर्ल्ड. ऐसा कुछ था ही नहीं मार्केट में. ठीक है. तो इंक्रीमेंटल क्या बोलता है कि व्हाट वी ऑलरेडी डू बट बेटर. सस्टेनिंग क्या बोलता है कि रूल्स ऑफ द गेम रिमेन द सेम, बस ये सस्टेन करेगा, ये रुकेगा, ये चलेगा. डिसरप्टिव क्या बोलता है कि गेम चेंजर फॉर अ मार्केट और इंडस्ट्री. और रेडिकल क्या है, एकदम एंटायरली न्यू टू द वर्ल्ड. ठीक है. अगर हम बात करते हैं एग्री में, अब इनपुट मार्केट प्लेस में कुछ चेंजेस हैं, आउटपुट मार्केट प्लेस में भी कुछ चेंजेस हैं. इनपुट की जब हम बात करते हैं तो टेक इंटरवेंशन आ गई है एग्रीकल्चर में थ्रू मोबाइल एप्स, थ्रू एनालिटिक्स, थ्रू ई कॉमर्स, थ्रू हाइपर लोकल अप्रोच. इसमें वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन क्या है कि एक क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट सप्लाई किया जाएगा आपके डोर स्टेप पे. या फिर दूसरा ऑप्शन क्या हो सकता है, एग्रो एडवाइजरी किसी को अगर लेनी है. ठीक है. इसमें ये सेक्टर में ये पर्टिकुलरली ये स्टार्टअप्स आर द right now as of 2023 this may change but they are like best performers. ठीक है. तो ये क्या करते हैं, प्रोवाइडिंग फार्मर बेटर access to agriculture inputs at their doorsteps and then helping the farmers to understand the best input product to increase the yield and productivity. देहात है, एग्रो स्टार है, बिग हार्ट है, तो ये सारे के सारे इसमें. ठीक है. दूसरा जब मैं बात करती हूँ फार्म मैनेजमेंट एंड डेटा एनालिटिक्स का, सास जिसको बोलते हैं ना, सॉफ्टवेयर एज अ सर्विस. ठीक है. तो वहां पे टेक इंटरवेंशन क्या हुआ है नया एग्रीकल्चर में, ड्रोन्स आ गए हैं, डेटा एनालिटिक्स आ गया. ठीक है. आईओटी के सेंसर्स आ गए हैं. देयर इज वन ऑफ आवर स्टार्टअप, आई एम फॉरगेटिंग द नेम, उसने ऐसा सेंसर बनाया कि टू आइडेंटिफाई डिजीज. ऐसा एक नहीं, ऐसे बहुत सारे स्टार्टअप्स हैं. आई थिंक अनियन में गोदाम है. तो यस, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ स्टार्टअप्स. तो मशीन लर्निंग का काम करते हैं. एंड देन नाउ ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी इज आल्सो इंट्रोड्यूस्ड इन एग्रीकल्चर. इमेज प्रोसेसिंग आ गया, इमेज फोटो करके ऐसा वो डिजीज बताता है ना. ठीक है. तो वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन क्या, ट्रेसेबिलिटी रहेगा इसमें, क्रॉप मॉनिटरिंग रहेगा. ठीक है. तो डिजिटल एंड प्रिसीजन एग्रीकल्चर जो है ये ऐसे बिजनेसेस हैं जो आपको इनोवेटिव टेक्नोलॉजी देते हैं, सॉल्यूशंस फॉर इंक्रीजिंग क्रॉप प्रोडक्टिविटी. अगर मैं बात करूं आज से 10 साल पहले ये चीजें नहीं होती थी. तो इसके मेजर स्टार्टअप सेक्टर्स जो हैं, ये क्रॉपिन है, एग्नेस्ट है, कृषि हब है. अभी ये धीरे धीरे ये अगर मैं बात करूं देहात की, आई थिंक वो ऑलरेडी यूनिकॉर्न स्टेज में है। तो ऐसे ऐसे और बहुत स्टार्टअप्स हैं जो आने वाले टाइम में दे विल बी नाउ दे आर लाइक यूनिकॉर्न्स बट दे विल बी यूनिकॉर्न इन अ वेरी शॉर्ट टाइम। ठीक है, फिर फार्मिंग एज अ सर्विस की अगर हम बात करते हैं, अभी फास्ट FAAS इज ऑल्सो इवॉल्विंग एज अ मेजर सेक्टर इन एग्री बिजनेस। तो इसमें टेक इंटरवेंशन क्या है, हार्डवेयर का है, फार्मिंग एज अ सर्विस है, और वर्टिकल फार्मिंग या हाइड्रोपोनिक्स को अगर आप इसमें देखें तो मेजर सेक्टर्स ये हैं। वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन क्या करते हैं, पेपर यूज पे हो सकता है आप जितना आपको यूज करना है, फार्म मैनेजमेंट का सोल्यूशन आपको प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं टेक्नोलॉजी दैट इज आउट ऑफ रीच एट लोअर स्ट्रेटा, ऐसा भी हो सकता है। इसमें छोटे छोटे स्टार्टअप भी है, बड़े बड़े स्टार्टअप भी है। बेटर एसएससी किस चीज का देगा आपको, फार्म मशीनरी का, इक्विपमेंट का। ठीक है, प्रोवाइड करेगा प्रोफेशनल सर्विसेज बाय एक्सपर्ट्स ऑन फार्म रिजल्टिंग इन अ हायर प्रोडक्शन। इसमें एग्जांपल्स ये लोग हैं। ठीक है, अभी लाइव स्टॉक का भी ऐसे, लेट्स नॉट गो इनटू दीस डिटेल्स बट आई एम ट्राइंग सो दैट यू आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड कि कहाँ पे किस किस सेक्टर में कैसा कैसा चेंजेस या कैसा कैसा आई वुड से ब्रेक थ्रू इनोवेशंस हो रहे हैं। ठीक है, सो दीज आर द थिंग्स। अभी फ्यूचर ट्रेंड्स की अगर मैं बात करूं तो फ्यूचर एग्री बिजनेस विल बी डिमांड ड्रिवन रेदर देन सप्लाई लेड। ठीक है, अभी आने वाले टाइम में ऑब्वियसली अभी भी ऐसा चीजें आर लाइक ऑलरेडी इन दिस ट्रैक, ऐसा ऑलरेडी चल रहा है। टेक्नोलॉजी विल बी द की इन बोथ एग्रीकल्चर एंड फूड प्रोसेसिंग। अभी अगर हम इन्वेस्टर स्पेस में बात करते हैं, बिकॉज वी कीप ऑन टॉकिंग टू इन्वेस्टर्स अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स फॉर आवर स्टार्टअप्स, तो दे कीप टेलिंग अस कि सास में वो पैसा लगा रहे हैं, AI में पैसा लगा रहे हैं, मशीन लर्निंग जो स्टार्टअप है उसमें पैसा लगा रहे हैं। नाउ दे आर ऑल्सो गेटिंग टू बायोटेक, दे आर ऑल्सो गेटिंग टू डीप साइंस। ठीक है, तो यानी कि वो इस चीजों में भी आ रहे हैं धीरे धीरे। तो वर्टिकल इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ प्रोडक्शन, प्रोसेसिंग एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, जिसमें सब ये चीजें हैं। ठीक है, फिर इससे क्या होगा, इससे ग्रो होगा ऑब्वियसली, और भी एनवायरमेंट हमारा अवेयर होगा और कंज्यूमर फोकस बढ़ेगा। नाउ एग्रीकल्चर और एग्री बिजनेस में भी ब्रांड बिल्डिंग जो ऑलरेडी हो भी गई है, ये और स्ट्रॉन्ग हो जाएगी। ठीक है, सो लेट्स नॉट गो इनटू दीज डिटेल्स कि इसमें बस वही इवॉल्विंग कैसा हो रहा है, मार्केट लिंकेज इंप्रूव हो रहा है, डिजिटल एग्रीकल्चर आ रहा है, बेटर असेस टू इनपुट फार्मिंग एज अ सर्विस। अब आप देखेंगे ना इन सभी सेक्टर्स में बहुत सारी रिसर्च पब्लिकेशंस और बहुत सारी पॉपुलर पब्लिकेशंस भी आ रही हैं, बिकॉज थिंग्स आर चेंजिंग नाउ। एग्री फिनटेक इज इट इज बिकम अ डिफरेंट सेक्टर, इट वाजंट एग्जिस्टेंट। आई थिंक हमारे इंडिया में तो 2019 के पहले एग्री फिनटेक में ज्यादा कुछ काम नहीं था, बट नाउ दे हैव दिस। ठीक है, और अभी तो आई थिंक आई वाज रिसेंटली इन द RC मीटिंग विद PAU, क्योंकि हम लोग भी इवेलुएट अदर राबी सेंटर्स एज वेल। तो वहां पे मैंने देखा कि देयर वाज अ स्टार्टअप जो कि एक ऐसा जैसा अपना ये होता है ना बैंकिंग का, क्रेडिबिलिटी का, लोन का, ऐसा वो फार्मिंग के लिए कुछ ऐसा नया एक आई एम फॉरगेटिंग द थिंग्स बट आई विल शेयर विद उत्कर्षा मे बी और मे बी विद प्रीति, तो वो आपके साथ शेयर कर देंगे कि वो उसमें क्रेडिबिलिटी के लिए एक नया बेसिक स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं। So which is also the future of agribusiness, I would say. ठीक है, so now when we talk about transforming agriculture through entrepreneurship and innovation, so we have our incubator based in ICR. तो पूसा कृषि is our incubator. तो we have a lot of schemes. आप लोग कभी भी मतलब इससे because it's a सरकारी organization, आप लोग I mean कभी भी for any farmer who's educated or not educated, for any masters or graduation student or PhD student जिसको भी startup करने हैं, so they are interested, they can always come to our office, or also you can also check our website is pusakrishi.in. अभी 1 तारीख को हम एक और प्रोग्राम लॉन्च करने वाले हैं which is called as क्षितिज। ठीक है, that is also one of the focus areas for our agri enterprises. So I'll take you through 4 or 5 case studies जो हम लोग के पूरे पैन इंडिया से निकल के आया है। तो इसमें सिर्फ चिकन बार शो हुआ है, पर this guy has also developed now vegan bars. तो अंकित अलावत he is from हिसार हरियाणा। तो इन्होंने क्या किया है कि फूड प्रोसेसिंग में इन्होंने इट्स लाइक आई वुड से इट्स वर्ल्ड्स फर्स्ट नॉन रेफ्रिजरेशन रिक्वायर्ड 6 months शेल्फ लाइफ रेडी टू ईट चिकन प्रोटीन एंड ऑल्सो वीगन प्रोटीन बार्स। ठीक है, प्लांट बेस्ड है जो इनका वीगन बार्स है। तो इनका अब ये आई मीन ही इज सेलिंग ऑनलाइन, Amazon, Flipkart, ऑफलाइन इन द स्टोर्स एज वेल। सेकंड केस स्टडी आई वुड से दिस इज फ्रॉम मोहाली चंडीगढ़, सो मृदुला भारद्वाज इज हर नेम। तो इन्होंने प्लूटस प्लस नाम से, इसका प्रोडक्ट का नाम है हर्ब चिक नाम से, हर्ब चिक। ठीक है, सो प्लूटस प्लस इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ आवर स्टार्टअप्स। इन्होंने क्या बनाया, तो एक एग्जांपल मैंने कोट किया था ना कॉस्मेटिक्स वाला, तो ये एग्रो वैल्यू एडिशन पे काम कर रहे हैं। तो ये क्या करते हैं, गोट मिल्क के साथ ऑर्गेनिक स्किन केयर प्रोडक्ट्स बना रहे हैं। तो ये क्या करते हैं, जैसे मंदिरों में हम लोग फूल अर्पण करके आते हैं, या फिर जो फार्मर के पास जो 3rd ग्रेड फ्लावर रह जाता है ना फ्लोरिकल्चर फार्मर्स के पास, कि पहला वाला तो एक्सपोर्ट पे निकल गया, 2nd लेवल वाला अपने इंडिया में अच्छी मार्केट में आ गया, उसके बाद टूटे वूटे पंखड़ी वंखड़ी रह जाती है ना, तो ये वहां से प्रोक्योर करती है और मंदिरों से प्रोक्योर करती है, उनसे एसेंशियल ऑयल्स निकालती है, और थ्रू वेरियस विमेन सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स वो उनसे वो हैंडमेड सोप्स और वेरियस प्रोडक्ट्स, शी हैज आई थिंक 46 प्लस प्रोडक्ट्स वो बनवाती हैं और उन्हीं से बाय बैक भी कर लेती है। एंड ऑल्सो शी गॉट दिस बेस्ट वीमेन स्टार्टअप अवार्ड फ्रॉम द बिहार स्टेट एग्रीकल्चर मिनिस्टर अमरिंदर प्रताप जी। तो this, I mean, she is working now in, I think, in Bihar, in Haryana, and also in Jammu Kashmir. So right now, like, she's also growing. So this is also one of the good examples कि cosmetics में कैसे agriculture आ सकता है, ठीक है। This is also one of other startups. ये नितिन ललित है, करनाल बेस्ड है, इसने ये openable planters बनाए हैं। So precision farming इसको आप बोल सकते हो। So I would say कि it creates nearly a hydrotropism effect. तो रूटिंग शूटिंग नॉर्मल गमले से, एक खुलने वाला गमला सीधी भाषा में, तो नॉर्मल गमले से इसमें 60% रूटिंग शूटिंग ज्यादा होती है। यू कैन इवन चेक योर लाइव रूट्स एज शोन हियर, ठीक है। सो दिस इज आल्सो वन ऑफ आवर स्टार्टअप्स। देन फार्म मैकेनाइजेशन के लिए मैंने ये डाला, राजेंद्र सिंह है, ये किसी प्रॉपर एक गांव से है, 7 रोड से। तो इनका क्या है कि इनकी एक विनोइंग मशीन बन गई है। सो ये है 7 रोड से, ये जो है ये हमारे फार्मर है। मतलब सी ही इज नॉट लिटरेट, ठीक है। उनको क्या था, उनको थोड़ा बहुत ऐसा वेल्डिंग का काम आता था, तो एक छोटे मोटे लेवल पे उन्होंने ऐसा फराटा को जोड़ के अपना एक मशीन बना लिया था। सो ही वाज कनेक्टेड टू द एग्रीकल्चर इंजीनियरिंग साइंटिस्ट, उन लोग के साथ में काम करके नाउ दिस इज फुली विनोइंग मशीन जो उन्होंने डेवलप कर दी, व्हिच इज अ वेरी गुड इनोवेशन, ठीक है। इज आल्सो रेज्ड आई थिंक 22 lakhs फ्रॉम द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर रफ्तार स्कीम, ठीक है। सो दीज वर अ फ्यू एग्जांपल्स फ्रॉम द प्रीवियस बैचेस, ठीक है। मैनेजिंग इनोवेशन, अब इनोवेशन को मैनेज करना है, आपको देख सकते हैं इंक्रीमेंटल जो इनोवेशन जो रहती है वो 6 महीने से 2 साल तक हो सकती है, और जो रेडिकल इनोवेशन रहती है वो आपकी बढ़ेगा, इट टेक्स टाइम, टिपिकली 10 years और मोर। जस्ट लाइक आप अपना जो क्रॉप वैराइटीज बनता है, ठीक है, उसमें भी टाइम लगता है। मोटिवेटिंग फैक्टर्स क्या हो सकते हैं, इंटरनल फैक्टर्स हो सकते हैं और एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर्स हो सकते हैं। इंटरनल फैक्टर में एजुकेशनल बैकग्राउंड आपको बता सकता है कि व्हाई डू यू नीड टू स्टार्ट एन एंटरप्राइज, और व्हाई डू यू नीड टू स्टार्ट अ स्टार्टअप। ऑक्यूपेशनल एक्सपीरियंस आपको हो सकता है, यू हैव अ डिजायर टू वर्क इंडिपेंडेंटली, ठीक है। एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर्स में आप देखते हो आपकी सरकार, आपका देश अगर बहुत सपोर्टिव है स्टार्टअप के लिए, तो ऑब्वियसली आप यू विल वांट टू गो टू स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम। अदरवाइज अगर वहां पे सपोर्ट ही नहीं मिल रहा तो व्हाट विल यू डू, ठीक है। अपने खुद के पैसे से कितना कर पाएंगे। फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन है, अवेलेबल टेक्नोलॉजी है। आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि हर किसी को पैसा सोर्स करना पड़ता है, बट वी रेकमेंड एज बिकॉज वी आर वर्किंग विद इनक्यूबेटर्स, वी रेकमेंड कि सारा पैसा एकदम से स्टार्टअप पे नहीं लगाना चाहिए। यू शुड ऑलवेज ट्राई एंड टेस्ट द मार्केट, बिकॉज देयर आर लॉट ऑफ गवर्नमेंट ग्रांट्स ना, तो व्हाई नॉट मेक अ गुड यूज ऑफ इट, ठीक है। फिर चैलेंजेस मेजरली क्या रहता है कि बिकॉज आपको अभी सब कुछ ऑनलाइन हो गया, और आफ्टर कोविड तो एवरीथिंग हैज बिकम ऑनलाइन, यू हैव टू हैव एन ऑनलाइन प्रेजेंस। तो ई कॉमर्स पे आपको आना ही पड़ेगा, और ग्लोबलाइजेशन पे भी आपको आना पड़ेगा कि यू कैन नॉट लिमिट योरसेल्फ टू अ पर्टिकुलर एरिया और अ सिटी और अ स्टेट। लेट्स स्टार्ट विद अ छोटा सा तालुका एंड देन लेट्स गो टू अ ब्लॉक, लेट्स गो टू अ सिटी, फिर उसके बाद कुछ आसपास का सिटीज, फिर मे बी पूरा स्टेट, और फिर मे बी गेट गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्टेट। ऐसा करते करते पूरा इंडिया कवर कर लीजिए। अगर आपको नहीं लग रहा कि आपको लग रहा है 1-2 स्टेट में कवर करके ही मेरे को ग्लोबल में जाना है, मेरा मार्केट में मेरे को, बिकॉज वी हैव अ लॉट ऑफ स्टार्टअप्स जिनका मार्केट एरिया नॉर्थ इंडिया था, फिर देन दे वेंट टू दुबई, सम प्रोडक्ट्स आर आल्सो सेंट टू यूके। तो दैट्स हाउ ग्लोबलाइजेशन में भी आप लोग जा सकते हैं। रिवार्ड्स क्या होते हैं एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के, अपना बिजनेस खुद से शुरू करने के, यू मेक योर ओन मनी, फर्स्ट थिंग, यू बी योर ओन बॉस, सेकंड थिंग, थर्ड यू एंजॉय सेटिस्फाइंग लाइफ, ठीक है। तो प्रॉफिट है, इंडिपेंडेंस है, और पर्सनल फुलफिलमेंट तो है ही, ठीक है। कितने तरह का एंटरप्रेन्योर हो सकता है, एक तो बिल्कुल प्योर फाउंडर हो सकता है, वो प्योर एंटरप्रेन्योर, वी कॉल इट प्योर बिकॉज कि उसने बिल्कुल ही नया कुछ बना दिया, मार्केट में लेके आया, नया फर्म बना दिया, ठीक है, नया एग्जिस्टेंस आ गया। एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एंटरप्रेन्योर क्या हो सकता है, यू कैन वर्क विद समवन जिसको एक्सपैंड करना है अपने यहाँ पे बिजनेस, या आपको बाहर अपना बिजनेस शुरू करना है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपको दुबई में बिजनेस सेटअप करना है, तो देयर यू कैन फाइंड अ पार्टनर देयर, और मे बी थ्रू लिंक्डइन, मे बी थ्रू ऑफलाइन मीटिंग्स, और वहां पे उसको वो क्या कहलाएगा, आपका एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एंटरप्रेन्योर। यू कैन ऑल्सो गो फॉर एन फ्रेंचाइजी, आप एक कोई लाइसेंस लेके अपना कोई ऑलरेडी एक चेन चल रहा है उसका फ्रेंचाइज खोल सकते हैं, ठीक है। देन यू कैन ऑल्सो हैव अ एंटरप्रेन्योरल टीम, 2 या 2 से ज्यादा लोग मिलके इकट्ठा एक अपना मतलब फाउंडर, को फाउंडर या डायरेक्टर बन के एक अपना बिजनेस सेटअप कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। तो हमें करना क्या होगा, यू हैव टू, फर्स्ट थिंग यू हैव टू चूज अ निश। निश माने एक टारगेट मार्केट आपको चूज करना पड़ेगा। व्हाट आर यू गुड एट, सी सम पीपल आर गुड एट technical things, some people are good at finance ka things, some people are good at communication and presentations, some people are good at other things। तो आपको वो देखना है कि आप किस चीज में गुड है, ठीक है। तो उसी हिसाब से, या फिर किस सेक्टर में आप गुड है, ठीक है, उस हिसाब से यू हैव टू डिसाइड निश मार्केट। फिर उस निश मार्केट में आप क्या वैल्यू ऐड करने वाले हैं, व्हाट इज द वैल्यू दैट यू आर गोइंग टू ऐड टू दैट पर्टिकुलर मार्केट और अ प्रोडक्ट, ठीक है। फिर उस प्रॉब्लम, कौन सी ऐसी प्रॉब्लम है जिसको आप सोल्व करने का सोच रहे हैं, तो this is how you can choose your niche market। दूसरा, अभी जो भी आपने निश मार्केट चूज कर लिया, उसमें आपको बेस्ट होने के लिए क्या क्या लगेगा, क्या क्या चीजें आपको करना है, वो आपको समझना पड़ेगा. सो दैट मीन्स आपको कंटिन्यूअली आपको एक लर्निंग फेज में रहना पड़ेगा. यू हैव टू लर्न अ लॉट. ठीक है, उस इंडस्ट्री, पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री का. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, किसी ने बोला कि मेरे को लेट्स से फूड प्रोसेसिंग. ठीक है, इजी, वेरी इजी, कि हमें फूड प्रोसेसिंग में कुछ करना है. सब साउंड्स वेरी इजी ओनली, लाइक उसके बाद आपको समझना है कि क्या करना रहेगा. उस पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री का आप हिस्ट्री स्टडी कीजिए. आप देखिए कि क्या नया हो रहा है, क्या ऐसा बाहर में ऐसा कुछ बन रहा है जो इंडिया में भी इंट्रोड्यूस नहीं हुआ, या फिर इंडिया में ऑलरेडी ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है जहाँ पे ये कमियां हैं, क्या मैं इस कमी को दूर कर सकता हूँ. सो यू हैव टू स्टे ऑन द कटिंग एज. ठीक है, आपके लोगों से, आप ही की इंडस्ट्री के लोगों से नेटवर्क कीजिए, उनसे मिलिए. मे बी अटेंड अ कॉन्फ्रेंस, अटेंड अ वर्कशॉप, अटेंड अ सेमिनार, मीट द पीपल. नेटवर्क कीजिए. नेटवर्किंग के थ्रू मे बी पार्टिसिपेट इन द किसान मेलाज और समथिंग. उधर जाके देख लीजिए स्टार्टअप्स क्या क्या काम कर रहे हैं. So maybe associate yourself with an incubator or with an investor or in agri space. फिर इंडस्ट्री इवेंट्स को अटेंड करके देन यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड के कहाँ पे क्या क्या चीजें मैं दे सकता हूँ, मेरे लिए बेटर क्या हो सकता है, हाउ कैन आई बी द बेस्ट इन दिस पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री. ठीक है, फिर उस चीज को अगर आप समझ पा रहे हैं, उस चीज को इम्प्लीमेंट कर पा रहे हैं, तो उसको डेमोन्स्ट्रेट भी कीजिए. ठीक है, तो अपने निश मार्केट में आप एक रेलेवेंट सोर्स के रूप में काम कीजिए. बिकॉज आई ऑलरेडी मेंशन, यू हैव टू हैव अ सोशल मीडिया प्रेजेंस. ठीक है, फिर आपको स्पीकिंग इवेंट्स में भी जाना है, आप इंटरव्यूज भी कीजिए, आप उसमें और नया कंसिस्टेंटली कुछ क्या कर सकते हैं. नहीं, दैट मीन्स लाइक हाउ डू यू एड मोर वैल्यू टू द पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री. अभी एक ये छोटा सा कोट है, द वे टू गेट स्टार्टअप आइडिया इज नॉट टू ट्राई टू थिंक ऑफ स्टार्टअप आइडियाज. कभी भी ऐसा मत सोचिए कि ये फलाना आदमी ऐसा कर रहा है तो मैं भी ऐसा वाला स्टार्टअप लगाता हूँ. नहीं, आप क्या पता उससे ज्यादा बेटर किसी और फील्ड में कर पाए. आपको वो देखना है कि आपका खुद का इंटरेस्ट क्या है. सेकेंड थिंग, आप उस इंटरेस्ट को कल्टीवेट करने के लिए कितना कुछ कर पा रहे हैं. थर्ड थिंग, उस पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री में ग्रोथ का स्कोप कितना है. ठीक है, तो उसके अकॉर्डिंगली आपको क्या क्या हेल्प चाहिए या क्या क्या ग्रोथ फैक्टर्स चाहिए, उसको स्टडी कीजिए, उसकी हिस्ट्री को स्टडी कीजिए, उस इंडस्ट्री को. ठीक है, सो व्हाट अबाउट व्हेन यू नीड टू कम विद एन आइडिया. आइडिया कैसे आएगा, जब तक आप आसपास का प्रॉब्लम आइडेंटिफाई नहीं करेंगे. प्रॉब्लम में से तो आइडिया निकल के आएगा ना. प्रॉब्लम का आप सोल्यूशन सोचेंगे, सोल्यूशन इज द आइडिया. सिंपल बात है. ठीक है, सो व्हाट इज गुड स्टार्टअप आइडिया. फर्स्ट थिंग, एक रियल ह्यूमन नीड में रूटेड है. हम जैसे मैंने बोला कि आसपास देखिए प्रॉब्लम क्या है. ठीक है, वो एक ह्यूमन जरूरत है. देन यू कैन सी इट हाउ इट कैन बिकम एन इंप्रेसिव बिजनेस. किसी और को नहीं भी दिखता है तो वो अगर आपको दिख रहा है. अदरवाइज तो ये जो सारी चीजें हमारे आसपास हैं ये कभी इन्वेंट हो ही ना पाती, क्योंकि पीपल वुड ऑलवेज मेक फन ऑफ इनोवेटिव आइडियाज. दे आर ह्यूमन टेंडेंसीज देयर. ये किसी ने बोल दिया कि जब हमारे पास नितिन आया था ना, ये खुलने वाला गमला लेके, सो हम लोग उसको ऐसे एक बैंकर से मिलाए थे. आई विल नॉट नेम द बैंक, बट इट्स अ वेरी प्रोमिनेंट गवर्नमेंट बैंक. जब उसके बैंक के एमडी से मिलाए थे, तो बैंक के एमडी ने साफ बोल दिया था कि क्या खुलने वाला गमला है ना. वो हंसने लगा, तो क्या पागलपन है, ये कैसी बातें कर रहे हो. समझ रहे हैं. पर आज वही बैंकर उसको बोलता है यार भाई साहब मुझसे लोन ले लो, पर अभी उसको नहीं चाहिए क्योंकि उसको ऑलरेडी इतने सारे इन्वेस्टर पैसा दे चुके हैं, उसको हम ग्रांट 25 लाख का दे चुके हैं. ठीक है, सो दैट्स हाउ थिंग्स वर्क. nobody can see. अगर आप देख पा रहे हैं, if you have faith in you, go with that. ठीक है, आपके पास गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं आपकी हेल्प करने के लिए. ठीक है, देन नेक्स्ट थिंग, यू आर पैशनेट अबाउट इट, यू हैव दिस पैशन, देन यू हैव सम सॉर्ट ऑफ एडवांटेज इन सॉल्विंग इट. आपके पास कोई टेक्निकल हो सकता है ना, आपके पास कोई ऐसा डिग्री, आपने पढ़ाई ऐसा कर लिया है, आपने ऐसा जान लिया है, आपका एक्सपीरियंस ऐसा हो गया उसमें काम करके. सो यू हैव सम सॉर्ट ऑफ एडवांटेज व्हिच मेक्स यू बेटर देन द अदर पीपल इन द सेम इंडस्ट्री. ठीक है, अब आपको समझना है कि मिशन है, एक नॉर्थ स्टार है, या नॉट अ सेट ऑफ फीचर्स है. दैट मींस बढ़ने वाला सस्टेनेबल है कि नहीं, ऐसा ही है. ठीक है, तो नो दाई सेल्फ, खुद को जानिए. पर्सनल प्रॉब्लम क्या है, पर्टिकुलर कस्टमर क्या होगा, पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री क्या होगी, पर्टिकुलर बिजनेस मॉडल क्या होगा, पर्टिकुलर फंडिंग क्या होगी, और अगर मैंने फंडिंग उठाई है तो मेरे को अगर मान लो कल को एग्जिट भी करना पड़े फंडिंग से, वो एग्जिट प्रोफाइल क्या होगा. ये मेरे लिए एक लाइफस्टाइल है या गो बिग गो होम बिजनेस है, बड़ा पैसा उठाना है मेरे को. ठीक है, तो दैट्स हाउ बिजनेस इंक्यूबेटर्स आर देयर इन द मार्केट. They are designed to hatch the new business ideas. ठीक है, incubators provides number of resources to a new venture. ये हमारे कुछ इनिशिएटिव्स हैं जिसमें हमने आपको दिखा रखा है. जैसे इसमें बीज है, क्षितिज 1 सितंबर को हम लॉन्च कर रहे हैं. अराइज उपजा हमारा लास्ट मंथ लॉन्च होके, मतलब इसका लास्ट मंथ क्लोजिंग था और अभी इसका चल रहा है. तो अराइज इज आर 5 लाख का फंडिंग स्कीम, उपजा इज आर 25 लाख का फंडिंग स्कीम. सो वी कॉल इट प्री सीड एंड वी कॉल इट सीड. तो दैट्स हाउ ये शुरू में अगर जो बिल्कुल इनिशियल फेज में हमारे पास कोई स्टार्टअप आएगा, हम उसको बीज और क्षितिज में रखते हैं. ठीक है, फिर उसके बाद उसको अगर प्रोटोटाइप डेवलप हो गया है, एक बोलते हैं ना MVP, ठीक है, मिनिमम वायबल प्रोडक्ट बन गया है, तो उसको हम अराइज में ले जाते हैं. अगर वो कमर्शियल पे जा रहा है तो उसको उपजा में ले जाते हैं. देन वी हैव अदर प्रोग्राम्स, विमेन को एक है, मैत्री है. ठीक है, We also work with various, I would say, जैसे हमने लास्ट में इंडो ब्राजील प्रोग्राम एक किया था, ठीक है, तो हम आपको मार्केट से बाहर भी, इंडिया से बाहर भी ले जाने में बहुत हेल्प करते हैं. ये रिसेंट बैच का मैंने एक दो एग्जांपल यहाँ कोट किया है, so that you can understand कि how AI and ML is also working in the agriculture scenario. So this FICES is based in Mumbai. Yes, it's based in Mumbai. इन लोग ने क्या बनाया, इन लोग ने बनाया है मॉनिटरिंग एंड मैनेजमेंट ऑफ रेट ऑफ वाटर सॉइल फर्टिलिटी. ये छोटा छोटा सेंसर्स बनाया है, अगर आप देख पा रहे हैं ये सेंसर्स इधर ही है, ठीक है. ये किसके लिए, सॉइल फर्टिलिटी के लिए काम करता है, वाटर का रेट क्या है वो देखने के लिए, क्रॉप ग्रोथ के लिए, पेस्ट एंड डिजीज के लिए, माइक्रो हर चीज के लिए कंपोजिट इसने सिंपल एक सेंसर बना दिया विच यूजेस IoT, AI एंड ML, एन एप्लीकेशन ऑफ सेंसर्स, ठीक है. और ऑलरेडी 50 लाख का रेवेन्यू कर चुका है मार्केट में विद इन आई थिंक जस्ट 1 year. This is also one of the good examples. Intello Labs. It's also like ये भी AI sensor based ही है, ऐसा ही चलेगा, ठीक है. फिर then we have drone का एक example. DAY-15 है हमारा स्टार्टअप. तो DAY-15 ने क्या किया, DAY-15 ने भी ऐसा एक fully autonomous high precision enabled spraying drone बनाया कृषि शक्ति नाम से, कृषि शक्ति with auto adjusting nozzle and sprinkling system for spraying of various type of liquid fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides and insecticides, ठीक है. इनका सेल अगर आप देखें तो 3.95 CR, ऑलमोस्ट 4 करोड़, और ये आई थिंक 2021 का डेटा है, ठीक है. तो दिस इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द गुड एग्जांपल एंड दिस इज बेस्ड फ्रॉम रायपुर, ठीक है. तो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स क्या है सक्सेसफुल एंटरप्रेन्योर्स की, टेनासिटी, दैट मींस स्ट्रॉन्ग कमिटमेंट. मेरे को अगर मैंने बिजनेस शुरू किया है तो मेरे को आई हैव टू गिव माय बेस्ट टू माय बिजनेस, मेरे को उसके लिए अपना पूरा लॉयल्टी देना पड़ेगा, ठीक है. अनलाइक द जॉब्स, बिजनेस इज लाइक 24/7 का नौकरी, ये भी समझ के आपको उतरना पड़ेगा, आपको फुल कमिटमेंट देना पड़ेगा उसको. सेकेंड थिंग, सेल्फ रिलायंट, आपका एक लोकस ऑफ कंट्रोल है बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गया, आप अपने ऊपर ही रिलाई कर रहे हैं, अपना टीम के ऊपर रिलाई कर रहे हैं, तो यू कैन नॉट कैसा बोलते हैं ना, आप डिस्ट्रैक्शंस चाह के भी नहीं ले पाएंगे आप, बिकॉज यू हैव टू बिकम मोर सेल्फ रिलायंट. आत्मनिर्भर भारत की हम बात करें ना आज के टाइम पे, तो दिस इज द आत्मनिर्भर होना, ठीक है. तीसरा, यू हैव टू बी अ मॉडरेट रिस्क टेकर, छोटा मोटा आपको रिस्क लेना भी पड़ेगा, फाइनेंशियल भी, करियर वाइज, बिकॉज सी अगेन करियर का और नौकरी का, लाइक आई ऑलरेडी सेड, करियर का और इसका एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का एक छोटा सा एक जगल रहता है हर एक की लाइफ में. अगर आप नौकरी के साथ शुरू करें, इवेंचुअली पीपल ईदर स्टिक टू वन, पर आप दोनों को हमेशा साथ में नहीं चला सकते, एक बार शुरू कर सकते हैं. इवन फॉर आई थिंक SAUs में भी कुछ जगह, और आई थिंक आई हैव हर्ड अबाउट IIT दिल्ली का मैंने देखा है, और आई थिंक बिट्स पिलानी का मैंने देखा, दे गिव देयर एम्प्लॉइज एज वेल सैबैटिकल लीव दे देते हैं वो आपको 2 साल से 3 साल के लिए. आई थिंक IRI ऑल्सो डज दैट, कि वो आप बीच में आप स्टार्टअप करना चाहो तो उसके 3 साल बाद आप उसको लाइक जस्ट बिकम लाइक अ कंसल्टेंट और अ डायरेक्टर टू द टीम, और बाकी आपको फाउंडर्स 2-3 साल में आप हायर कर लीजिए और उनको लेट देम फंक्शन द स्टार्ट. यू कैन बी लाइक अ स्वेट इक्विटी पार्टनर, ठीक है. तो फाइनेंशियल कैरियर और साइकिक रिस्क तो आपको रहेंगे. सो दिस इज द टोटल असेसमेंट आई वुड से. आप इसमें असेसमेंट में देख लीजिए, आपको जो असेसमेंट करनी रहेंगी वो ये 4 हैं. क्वालिटेटिव असेसमेंट करनी पड़ेगी, क्वांटिटेटिव असेसमेंट करनी पड़ेगी, strategic assessment करनी पड़ेगी और ethical. And then you have to decide the type of venture, what kind of venture you want to start. Then you have to look out for the type of environment in that particular venture या particular industry. फिर आप उसमें किस टाइप का entrepreneur बनेंगे वो आप समझ लीजिए, ठीक है. आप प्योर रहेंगे, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव रहेंगे, फ्रेंचाइजी रहेंगे, क्या रहेंगे, ठीक है. ये सारा असेसमेंट करने के बाद में then you have to do the result of the assessment to make sense, ठीक है. अब इसमें स्टेज का हो सकती है, आप अर्ली करियर में अपना स्टार्टअप करना चाह रहे हैं, मिड करियर में करना चाह रहे हैं, लेट करियर में करना चाह रहे हैं, ठीक है. और एक और चीज जो इसमें मैटर करेगी, दैट विल बी अ प्रायर एक्सपीरियंस इन एजुकेशन. दिस इज द होल आई वुड से द रोड मैप, ठीक है. सो आई जस्ट एंड माय प्रेजेंटेशन विद द कोट, कीप मूविंग, द माउंटेन्स विल मूव टू. सो थैंक यू सो मच. आई जस्ट स्टॉप शेयरिंग नाउ एंड नाउ द हाउस इज ओपन फॉर क्वेश्चंस.
Thank you so much, ma'am. What a wonderful presentation it was, ma'am, and what a wonderful session it was.
Thank
So
you.
I think our participants must have enjoyed the session and learned also. So it is my humble request to all the participants, if they have any question, they can directly ask to you, or they can put in the chat box so that I can ask. So I am giving the access to all of them to unmute themselves if they have any questions or query.
Sure.
हेलो
आपके यहाँ नेटवर्क
हेलो
इशू है सर, आप चैट में लिख दीजिए तो ज्यादा बेटर रहेगा. आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है.
Mr. You have some network issue.
हेलो मैम, आई एम ऑडिबल? हेलो।
हाँ मुकेश जी, हाँ जी बताइए।
यस मैम, ये इनोवेशंस करेंगे तो आपसे अगर मिलना चाहे तो आईआरई में मिल सकते हैं?
हाँ बिल्कुल, अगर आपको पता होगा कैब 2 का जो ऑफिस है ना, उससे आई थिंक 200 मीटर आगे ही है, सोयल साइंस से जस्ट पहले।
जी मैम।
यू कैन ऑलवेज कम देयर।
ओके ओके।
9 to 5:30।
स्कीम,
हाँ 9 to
सीधा
5:30 वीकडेज में।
सीधा स्कीम लॉन्च करने वाले हो, इसमें मैम क्या होएगा आप बता सकते हैं?
कौन सा स्कीम?
सीधा आप बताए हैं प्रोग्राम में।
अच्छा क्षितिज, क्षितिज के लिए मैंने बताया था। हाँ यस, क्षितिज में वी हैव, अगर आपके पास कोई बिजनेस आइडिया है और आपको थोड़ा हेल्प चाहिए उसमें, यू नो हाउ टू से, उसमें उस आइडिया को रिफाइन करने में या उसको एक बिजनेस के शेप में देने के लिए, आई ऑल्सो यू नो पुट
Yes.
इन द चैट बॉक्स ओनली टू द एवरीवन इन मीटिंग। मैं एक सेकेंड आपको ना लिंक पोस्ट करती हूँ इधर, एक सेकेंड, जस्ट अलाउ मी मिनट, क्योंकि मैंने आज वो लिंक्डइन पे भी डाला है इनफैक्ट। कृषि क्षितिज का मैं आपको लिंक इधर कॉपी पेस्ट कर देती हूँ। तो अगर आप उसमें सक्सेसफुली आप वो सेलेक्ट हो जाते हैं और आपका ट्रेनिंग अगर कंप्लीट हो जाता है ना, देन वी कैन टेक यू इन द नेक्स्ट बैच ऑफ उपजा और अराइज। अगर आपको 5 लाख का फंडिंग लगेगा या 25 लाख का, वी विल सी दैट। उसके लिए आप ये क्षितिज का ट्रेनिंग अटेंड कर लीजिए। मैंने सभी के लिए लिंक इसको क्षितिज का डाल दिया इसमें चैट बॉक्स में।
ट्रेनिंग मैम ऑनलाइन ऑफलाइन रहे?
ट्रेनिंग अभी तो ऑनलाइन रहेगी। आई थिंक अभी का जो मेजर फोकस एरियाज हैं वो बायोटेक है, पीएचडी है, लाइक पोस्ट हार्वेस्ट है, और एक और है। अब इसको आपको डिटेल्स इसमें मिल जाएंगी सारे के सारे, ठीक है। एंड इट्स अ फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट ओनली, आपको कुछ नहीं करना, अप्लाई करना है खाली। अच्छा, आई थिंक एक श्रीधर ने पूछा एनी सब्सिडी फॉर स्टार्टिंग स्टार्टअप। सब्सिडी के लिए आपको गवर्नमेंट का स्कीम्स देखना पड़ेगा। हम लोग सब्सिडी नहीं देते, हम लोग ग्रांट देते हैं आपको सीधा। वो आपको वेरियस गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को चेकआउट करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है। अच्छा राहुल थैंक्स। और एग्री ड्रोन फॉर फील्ड क्रॉप इज कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव एंड आई वांट टू नो इट बेस्ट। अच्छा, अतानु जी ये पूछ रहे हैं कि फील्ड क्रॉप के लिए, हाँ एग्री ड्रोन काफी इफेक्टिव है। और वी हैव अ फ्यू स्टार्टअप्स। आई थिंक पिछले 4-5 साल से हर बैच में एक दो एग्री ड्रोन का स्टार्टअप आता ही है। अगर आपको इसके बारे में ज्यादा जानकारी चाहिए तो व्हाट आई विल डू इज आई विल शेयर द बुकलेट का लिंक हियर, वेट। उसमें हमारा बहुत सारा स्टार्टअप्स के बारे में दिया हुआ है, तो यू कैन ऑलवेज चेक इट आउट। वेट आई विल जस्ट शेयर इट, पब्लिकेशंस, एग्री इनोवेशंस 2022 का एग्री इनोवेशंस का पूरा बुकलेट है, विच हैज आई थिंक मोर देन 700 स्टार्टअप्स ऑल ओवर इंडिया। सो आई एम शेयरिंग द पीडीएफ लिंक ऑफ दैट बुकलेट। तो इससे यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि कितना कैसा कैसा चेंज आ रहा है एग्रीकल्चर सिनेरियो में। एंड इसमें आपको कुछ ना कुछ ड्रोन वाले स्टार्टअप्स का नाम, ईमेल उसका या फिर वो वेबसाइट मिल जाएगा। इन केस अगर आपको नहीं मिलता है तो यू कैन ऑलवेज राइट टू अस एट, आई विल जस्ट शेयर द ईमेल आईडी, zonaltech@pusakrishi.in. I'll just confirm the email ID. Wait. zonaltech@gmail भी चल रहा है, ठीक है, zonaltech@gmail देते हैं। zonaltech@gmail। तो आपको कोई क्वेश्चन अगर है, किसी को कुछ भी क्वेरी पूछनी है, तो यू कैन ड्रॉप अस एन ईमेल मेंशनिंग कि आई वांट टू नो अबाउट दिस। और ट्रेनिंग, हम लोग यहाँ पे ट्रेनिंग्स भी बहुत कराते रहते हैं, विच इज ऑल्सो लाइक समटाइम्स फ्री, समटाइम्स पेड ट्रेनिंग्स एज वेल, ठीक है। या और किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन है?
Dear participants, if you have any other question, please ask. Otherwise, we'll conclude the session.
या
यस मैम, ट्रेनिंग्स ऑनलाइन रहेगा ऑफलाइन रहता है मैम आपका?
ट्रेनिंग्स, क्योंकि जब पेड ट्रेनिंग्स रहेगी ना तब तो ऑफलाइन रहेगा। उसमें तो हम आपका खाने का, रहने का भी अरेंजमेंट करके देते हैं। अगर ऑनलाइन रहता है तो जनरली वो फ्री रहता है। अभी आई थिंक 2 ट्रेनिंग्स 1 सितंबर को लॉन्च होगा। आई थिंक एक ट्रेनिंग 4 तारीख से, एक ट्रेनिंग आई डोंट नो, वो आपको पूसा कृषि की वेबसाइट से पता चल जाएगा। और उसमें क्या है कि अभी तो ऑफलाइन वाली चल रही है, एंड आई थिंक उसमें इट रेंजेस अराउंड 4,000 से 5,000 रुपए का फीस रहता है, क्योंकि उसमें हमें आपका रहने का खाने का भी बंदोबस्त करना होता है। सो वो 4-5 डेज की एक ट्रेनिंग होती है। ये वेबसाइट है, इस पे आपको मिल जाएगा।
थैंक यू।
ठीक है।
So I think, ma'am, there are no more questions in the chat box.
Okay.
So thank you so much for sparing your valuable time and efforts. Really, it was a wonderful session, ma'am. I personally enjoyed the session. So thank you so much. And on the behalf of our team and our participants, I convey my big thanks from both of them. So thank you so much for joining, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, Preeti. It was really nice and my pleasure as well. Okay, thanks. Thanks
Thank
a
you,
lot.
ma'am.
Yeah.
So, dear participants, and now we have come to an end to this particular training program. So it is now my duty to convey the vote of thanks to all of us whosoever was involved in the success of this particular training program. So respected chief guests, distinguished speakers, honorable organizers and esteemed participants of the session. So because now we have come to an end to this enlightening and enriching journey that was the 15 days international training cum workshop program on the theme next level approach towards smart farming, innovations and agripreneurship. So as we reflect on the past 15 days of this insightful discussions and shared knowledge, where there were sessions on organic farming to modern agriculture practices, from knowledge technologies to AI-based high-tech devices, from nature to science and from production to conservation. We are filled with gratitude for the collaborative efforts that have been brought us to this moment. A conference is only as strong as its contents, and we are indebted to our distinguished speakers for their exceptional insights and expertise. Your presentations have broadened our horizons, ignited discussions, and paved the way for new ideas and collaborations. Your dedication to advancing the agriculture and allied sectors is truly commendable. First and foremost, our heartfelt gratitude goes to these esteemed chief guests whose presence and support have added the immense value to this conference. Now moving towards, we extend our sincere thanks to the organizers of this conference, the Just Agriculture team, Agro-Environmental Education and Farmers Welfare Society, organizing course director of this training program, Dr. DPS Patwal sir, course convener, Dr. Sandeep Ji Shinde from VNMKB, course director of this training program, Dr. Mohit Bharadwaj, members of the organizing committee, course coordinator, Dr. Utkarsha, Dr. Paresh, who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure its success. Your meticulous planning, dedication, attention to detail have not gone unnoticed, sirs. So this conference would not have been possible without your hard work and commitment. We also extend our appreciation to the sponsors and partners who have generously supported this event. Your contributions have played a crucial role in making this conference a reality, and we are grateful for your belief in the importance of fostering growth and innovation in the agriculture and allied sectors. To all the participants who have joined us, thank you for your active engagement and valuable contributions. Your enthusiasm for learning and sharing knowledge has made this conference a dynamic and enriching experience. We are apologized if anything has been missed by our side. Once again, thank you everyone who has played a role, no matter how big or small, in making this conference a resounding success. Let us carry forward the knowledge gained, the connections forged, and the inspiration ignited. We look forward for future opportunities to come together and make a lasting impact on the world of agriculture. So thank you so much, and thank you so much to all of you. Have a nice day.